look at this group, we have kind of a mix, right? We got some veteran guys, we got a rookie in the mix. Oh, Donovan got away with one, but hey.
Whoa, wow. Whoa. He's out.
It's okay. We don't ask questions. That's the judgment call. Here goes Cam James. He's going to move up into that top spot as we cross the NSC timeline.
I think Cameron's going to.
Sellers. Alvarado trying to make a move. Does not get there. Is he going to get there? They are rubbing. And you know, hey, if it ain't rubbing, it ain't racing.
Back.
Here we go. 1 lap to go. That placement's going to stay the same. Cameron James, Roman Alvarado, Donovan Sellers. Alex Holmes trying to make a move, and it looks like he's going to get it at the line. And we'll get you official results when we get to those finals. But unofficially, Cameron James, Roman Alvarado, and Alex Holmes.
Skaters to your mark. Set.
Okay, a little bit better of a start here, and it looks like we were 3 wide in that first straightaway, but Hot Rod, Michael Pasquarella. Here comes Jacob Melton on the outside as we cross the NSC timeline. We got 2 laps to go. Oh, Steven Spangler with a move. Pasquarella right back up. No shame in his game. Very calm and collected. We got 1 lap to go. Those placements stay the same. Melton, Pasquarella, hold on now. Dayton Ristine trying to make a move, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. They're fighting across the line, but unofficially, Michael Pasquarella, Jacob Melton, and Steven Spangler.
A little slower than last one.
A little slower in terms of
but not
time,
much.
But I'll tell you what, that action, boy, those guys were fighting till the death, figuratively speaking. And we've got, again, some exciting racing already rolling in block 1.
Were you like me when you raced in the heats? Like, as long as I knew I was making it out, I didn't really care what the clock said.
We'll see what happens here, but getting off the line, obviously critical in this race. I love it. Clean start. Let's see who's going to run it. Looks like Jacob Melton's going to run that thing. Here he goes, the big dog. Woo! He is out of here.
Oh, young guy.
Young guy making a move. I told you, man, Roman's nothing to mess with. Here goes Alex Holmes, though. Jacob Melton way out in front. He's going to hit this bell lap. I don't think they're going to catch him. But I told you guys, man, this Roman Alvarado, boy, this boy is special. Michael Pasquarella, though, making a move. Michael said, you ain't going to catch me not getting on this podium. And that's how they're going to finish, man. Jacob Melton, Roman Alvarado, and Michael Pasquarella.
Wow. A staple for several years now and building his team with a lot of fresh talent and things like that. So I expect to see some things out of her throughout this. And if not tonight, sooner than later.
Absolutely. And I think sometimes in these races when you're young, you've watched all these racers kind of as you grew up, and now all of a sudden you're in the same races with them. Oh, I love it. Okay, Jessica Brooks. We know she likes to skate from the front. She wants to control the race. Tori Weber in that 2nd spot, and JoJo Holsworth holding it down the 3rd spot. Race starting out a little slow, Cheeks. What is your strategy if you're here in the front?
Well, let's watch and see how much intimidation Jess has. Are they going to follow? Tori immediately says no.
Oh, wow.
We're going up front.
Love to see the aggressiveness out of the youngster. Here we go. Michaela Lyons, Jessica Brooks moving up into that 1 and 2 spot as we cross the timeline.
What you don't want to let her do is be comfortable. You can't let her sit there. Someone has to challenge her. If she just let her lead out to the sprint, she's probably going to win.
I love to see the action in the pack, like the double late passes and the action like that is great.
And what's really been awesome about this race so far is look how much action there is. Like you said, Carter, we're not just talking about those top 4 spots. Look at all the action in that 6th through 8th spot here. We got
jockeying all the way to the back.
They are jockeying all the way. Here goes Graceland moving up in that 3rd spot. Michaela Lyons controlling the pace up front. Jessica Brooks in that 2nd spot. We talked about Graceland. She's in the 3rd spot, and Tori Weber in that 4th spot. Here we go. Looks like they're going to start picking it up here. Just over 9 seconds on that last lap. 5 laps to go now. Here we go. We got Michaela Lyons in the 1st spot. Jessica Brooks holding it down in 2nd. Graceland Marlowe Alpers in 3rd spot. And Tori Weber right there still hanging on in the 4th spot.
This is where she makes.
Yep, go ahead.
This is where she makes her move. It'll be right here.
And look how calm Jessica Brooks looks in that 2nd spot. Just kind of drafting, feeling it out. waiting to make her move, taking a peek
looks...
to make sure no one's trying to pass. And we're going to cross the timeline. 2 laps to go. Here she goes.
Game over.
Our grand champion starting to turn up. Here she goes.
Baby, come back.
Oh, boy. Here's the gap. Final lap. Let's see what we got here with Jessica Brooks well out in front. But Michaela Lyons holding strong in that second spot. And that's how they're going to finish. Jessica Brooks, Michaela Lyons, and looks like Graceland Marlowe Alpers in that third and final podium spot. Man, I'm telling you what, we got some exciting racing starting off the bat.
Man, she might be untouchable tonight, my guy.
Woo, the way she skated that race.
It doesn't even like she broke a sweat to break that guy.
She's confident. There's no point she even looked like she was challenged.
She looked like you, looked like a young you.
Hey, listen, we're after it, okay? We got the women's 500-meter final. Alicia McBride in lane 1, Nat Marr, Aguilera in lane 2, and they're off. Gabby Pasquarella in lane 3, and it looks like Alicia McBride's going to take that first lead. Mackenzie Robinson says, no, sir. Oh, but Alicia's no joke. We're going to cross the timeline. We got 4 laps to go. It's Robinson, McBride, Jazzy Foster in that third spot. Nat Marr Aguilera in the 4th spot. Here comes Gabby Pasquarella, though. She's making some headway, and she's in the 5th spot. Looks like Mackenzie may run away with this, ladies and gentlemen. Here we're going to cross the timeline. 2 laps to go. Robinson, McBride, Foster, your top 3. Barring anything crazy happening, Carter, that looks like how it's going to finish.
Jazzy's on the bubble.
We got 1 to go. Jazzy on the bubble. Hold on, here we go. Nat Marr Aguilera making a move, but doesn't look like she's going to get there. Hold on. At the line, Mackenzie Robinson, Alicia McBride, and Jazzy Foster. I tell you what, Carter, Alicia McBride, a rookie in the league, and it didn't look like she gave any care in the world.
Somebody will jump out of this race right now?
They better not.
But look how tight it is. Again, we got
tight in the middle.
We got a ton of guys on the line, and we got 8
we wait.
racers.
Hey,
We're
well
rolling.
played.
Here
well
goes
played.
Miles Mead. He's going to go to the front right away.
He's out.
And
He's
again,
keep going.
hey, Miles Mead does not care. He is a young man on a mission right now, way out in front. As we cross the timeline with 9 to go, it's going to be Mead, Lyons, Hale, your top 3. Look out for Puckett here. Oh, with a double pass, Puckett. You know he's going to mix it up. Spencer Curtis kind of sitting back, kind of feeling out the race, looking to pick some people off. Here he goes. He makes his move now, moving up into the 5th spot. We got Mead, Lyons, Hale, your top 3. These guys are turning and burning now, starting to pick it up here. Looks like Miles. Actually, you know what? We got 6 to go. Miles says, hey, I'm going to chill out just a little bit, conserve a little bit of energy. Gabe Lyons seems unbothered whatsoever. They're going to cross the timeline. We're halfway to go. 5 laps to go. We got Miles Mead, Gabe Lyons, Ashton Hale, your top 3. Spencer Curtis now moving up in that 3rd spot. Is this a place where you see Spencer trying to make a move? He tried to.
Starting to see some fatigue on some of the guys.
He saw some fatigue. Spencer got bumped here. Miles running away with it, but Gabe looking very comfortable. Right, here we come. We're to cross the NSC timeline after this last turn. 2 laps to go. Here goes Gabe Lyons now making a move in the top spot. But Miles is right there hanging on. Looks like Miles might have the legs to hang on here. Let's see if he has enough to pass. 1 lap to go. Bell lap. Gabe Lyons, Miles Mead, Spencer Curtis, your top 3. Miles tried to throw it. Doesn't look like he's going to get it. And Gabe Lyons is going to be your 1,000-meter winner. Gabe Lyons, Miles Mead, Ashton Hale unofficially. All right, hey, we ain't even messing around, boys. We right back to it. We got some heats coming up now. Men's 500-meter. Oh, we got a little bit cleaner start now. And it looks like Jacob Anderson's going to run the start really tough. He is out in a hurry.
Hey, he gone.
Donovan Sellers giving chase in the 2nd spot. Oh my goodness, Nigel Gay trying to mix it up though. Love the young man. We're talking about how fast you go from 3rd to 6th.
3rd place up for grabs right now.
No doubt about it. We're going to see who's going to get that last qualifying spot.
Not no more.
Not anymore. Looks like barring any injury with 2 laps to go, it's going to be Jacob Anderson, Donovan Sellers, Steven Spangler. Really impressive job by the young man from Rock Hill, South Carolina. 1 lap to go. Jacob's going to run away with it. Donovan and Steven can kind of shut it down a little bit. And that's how they're going to finish. Your qualifiers for the 500 meter, Jacob Anderson, Donovan Sellers, and Steven Spangler. Kind of a crazy race, but like you said, Steven, once we... Should be an exciting race to come out of this thing and make it to the final. Now, talk to me a little bit, Carter. How much of when you're, for example, you've ran the 300-meter heat, you get to the 500, how much do you take from that? Maybe you didn't qualify in the 300. Do you think about it?
Your focus changes. So my goal for tonight is to make the final for both, right? If I don't, I obviously have to do better in one to make the Grand Champions race, right? So now I have to be super strategic versus throwing caution to the wind if I had already had a placement in.
Uh-oh. Well, it looks like Jacob Melton had a plan, but sometimes the plan does not go according. We've got 3 laps to go. Melton out in front. Here comes Alex Holmes, though. We got Melton, Pasquarella, Cameron James now making a move. Oh, and we've got carnage all over the place. Let's see if Dayton Ristine can get in the mix. Otherwise, it looks like Melton, Pasquarella, and James will qualify for that final a little later this evening. Barring any crashes here, which I don't think will have too many smart racers involved. Pasquarella says, hey, I'm just going to make sure I don't run into anybody unexpectedly. And they will finish that way. Pasquarella, Melton. .500-meter final for the men's side in lane number 1, Jacob Anderson. Lane 2, Michael Pasquarella. Lane 3, Donovan Sellers. Lane number 4, Jacob Melton. Lane 5, Steven Spangler. And rounding out your field, number 11, Cameron James.
2-1, there's a jump. Oh, we're clean.
Oh, wow, we're clean. Oh, Jacob Anderson looks like he may take this start. Yes, sir, he does. Donovan Sellers, quick corner pass on lower turn 1. Jacob Anderson looking real comfortable out in front, but here comes Jacob Melton and Cameron James. They are reeling him in a hurry. Here comes Donovan Sellers, though. Again, veteran. He's going to go ahead and sit. He's going to see if he can catch on to this top 3 pack, see if he can make a move. But Jacob Anderson is really pushing the pace. He is forcing the issue. 2 laps to go. Jacob Anderson, Jacob Melton, Cameron James. Uh-oh, looked like Melton put on the brakes a little bit there. We got 1 lap to go, and Jacob Anderson, he's going to run away with this thing. Cameron James making a move now. Let's see if Donovan Sellers got enough in the tank to make a pass, and he does not. But I'll tell you what, Jacob Anderson getting a win, man.
What a celebration.
Wow, I love the celebration. Love the emotion. These guys work extremely hard, guys. Jacob Anderson's been in the league for 3 years. He's been on the podium 6 times, but he has 0 wins. So can you imagine? And again, you guys know this, right? First win of the year for him, first win of his career in the NSC. That's a big deal. Level of play has been elevated, and I expect nothing different here.
I love Michaela's choice of color of suit. Just going to put it out there.
Very similar to that number 10 we all grew to love and know, S. Carter, man.
I like Jessica's.
Yeah, Jessica probably has the best suit in the group, that's for sure. Looks like they're going to run a clean start here. It looks like Jessica's going to do what she does, wants to control the race from the front. Michaela Lyons right behind her. We got a group that was fighting hard into that second turn. Okay, we got 9 laps to go. Placements will stay the same. Brooks, Lyons, Holsworth, your top 3. Youngster, Sadna. She's coming up in that 4th spot. Look for her to make a move. Probably learned a lot in that 1300, right? Can't sit back when you're in a group like this.
Jessica has that pace just fast enough to keep it staggered.
You love every second of it. They're rolling here.
Look at the fight in the back, and look how comfortable it is up front.
Very comfortable up front. 6 to go now. Brooks, Lyons.
Okay.
Gallason, your top 3.
The rookie.
Oh, rookie mixing it up. She learned a lot in that first race. Michaela says, you know what, though? I've been around. I'm going to go back up to that 2nd spot. Tori Weber now moving up. Oh, here she comes on the outside. Graceland making a move. Nice outside, inside. You got to love that, Cheeks.
Love it, love it, love it.
Here we go. Michaela Lyons pushing the pace now. Here they come. They're going to cross the timeline. 3 laps to go. Jessica Brooks looking way too comfortable.
Same move.
Same exact move, playing out very similar to the 1300. Michaela Lyons, though, putting a hurt on the rest of the group. And here she goes with 2 laps to go. Our grand champion, number 33, Jessica Brooks. But Michaela's sticking her, though. Michaela's going to give her some chase here. 1 lap to go. Michaela Lyons, very impressive. Is she going to throw the pass? It doesn't look like she's got enough in the tank. But I'm going to tell you right now, Cheeks, obviously Jessica Brooks, dominant performance. But Michaela Lyons.
That was a little different.
Oh, that was a little different. Wow. Your top.
Could we see the grand champions race tonight going a little different?
Hey, you know what?
That top 3, my bad.
Every race Michaela Lyons does, you see that confidence boost.
That was a little different.
A little different now. Well, here we go. Let's see if we can get a clean start here this time around. And we're going to have it. Off the line, looks like Alicia McBride. She's going to take the lead now. Uh-oh. Hey, Mackenzie Robinson, tough spot now because Alicia can really go. Jazzy Foster's going to give chase in that second spot, but this girl is gone. Watch her go. Holy smokes, Alicia McBride. She is cooking, but hold on now. Hold up now. Here goes Gabby Pasquarella. Is she going to throw the pass in the second? Nope. Jazzy says left foot, says no. And unless we have something crazy happen here at the line, game over for Alicia McBride. Man, guys, this might be the most talented rookie class we've seen in a long time. What? Wow.
She ran the start, she controlled the race, and she brought it home. And then when she crossed the line, it was like she's been here before.
So this race is really up for grabs. It could be anyone's show. See if we can get off to a clean start here. And it looks like we're going to get it. Let's see who wants to get out front and control it. I'm pretty sure I knew who it was going to be. Miles Mead said, I got to get up out in front. It was a strategy that worked for me last time. Why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. 15 laps to go. Mead, Hale. Oh, Ryan Dawson in the 3rd spot, but nope, just kidding. Here goes Axel Moore, burning up his finger a little bit, might have a blister. Spencer Curtis, though, he's like, hey, man, don't forget about me, dog. I'm in that 4th spot. I'm going to make my move now.
Just
Here
like
we go,
the women's
coming
race, a lot of movement.
A lot of movement
Front
right
to
now.
back, a lot of movement.
And how much confidence do you see growing, right? Axel Moore, I don't even remember where he finished in that first initial 1,000, and now all of a sudden he's mixing it up, he's passing, he's staying in the front.
He's aggressive. He's like you can see he's not backing down from anybody.
Not backing down one bit, but Miles Mead, man, he wants to control it. Spencer Curtis says, you know what? Hey, let me get a little shot at this control thing.
Hey, the lion is in the back. The lion is in the back.
You see him, Carter. He's setting it up, right? He, again, has a little bit of stress off his plate. He knows he's in the Grand Champions race. Doesn't have to make any drastic moves. We're going to cross the timeline. 9 laps to go. Mead, Curtis, Hale, your top 3. Springer now in that 4th spot, making a move right up to 3rd. Chris Springer, smart racer, guy that's very technically sound. He knows what he probably had in mind for his plan, and he's trying to execute. Very good move by Miles Mead. Went from 3rd to 1st in a hurry. We got some bumping for that 3rd and 4th spot. Here goes Chris Springer now. He's going to hit the NSC timeline with 6 laps to go. Springer, Mead, Curtis, and Hale, your top 4. You mentioned the Leon, Gabe Lyons, kind of hanging out in the back. Looks very comfortable. Look for him to make a move here. They're fighting for those top 3 spots. Oh, got a little push. That might have been a push right there. Oh, no. Spencer Curtis takes a spill.
Best case scenario for Springer right now.
You may see a D-class from Hale, though. Looked like he might have shoved a little bit. Springer, he's got 3 to go. Check, 4 to go. Springer, Lyons, Hale, top 3. Oh, here goes Gabe now. Check. We got 2 laps to go. Excuse me. Ashton Hale moving up to the 2nd spot. Gabe Lyons starting to turn it up. Ashton looks like he may be hurting a little bit. Oh, we got 1 lap to go.
You still got Puckett.
Gabe
for the hammer. Look for that drop.
He's out in front now. Here comes Jeffrey Puckett. Is he going to throw it? I thought he was going to throw it. Guys, that's how they're going to finish. Gabe Lyons.
He is pumped.
Ashton Hale and Chris Springer. To see what the field does in terms of not letting Jessica dictate all the action.
Listen, this start's important.
Very important.
This 800-meter start is important.
And look for Alicia McBride to run this start. Obviously, she is a very impressive start. You know, we saw it in the 300. I would imagine she's very aware of what's happening with the other racers in the endurance events, and I don't think she's just going to let this thing, you know, be how, you know, on Jessica's terms.
I think she's going straight to the front, and she's trying to control.
I agree. I agree. Let's see if
Are we going to see one?
Well, listen, there's some nerves out there.
Why not?
Nope, just kidding.
I would have evened
the girls
the
are very disciplined. Here it goes.
Evened it out.
Yep, told you guys. I tell you what, she's going to do exactly what I thought, but they cannot. Oh, there we go.
Good.
Good. Really good job. Really good job by
Challenged her,
Mackenzie
though.
Robinson. Very aggressive early. Very smart strategy. Do not let her control the race. If I'm Alicia McBride, I'm moving up. Doesn't look like she's going to. We're going to cross the timeline. We have 6 laps to go. Here we go. Jasmine Foster's no stranger to this race, so she knows what strategy needs to be used. You cannot let Jessica Brooks control this race. Very good job by Jasmine moving up in the top spot.
That's a good move by Jess.
Very good move by Jess to stay in that second spot.
The move is right now, and she doesn't even know it.
Here we go. We're going to cross the timeline with 4 laps to go. If someone doesn't get in front of Jessica Brooks, she's going to walk away with this thing with 3 laps to go here. Okay, here we go. Coming down here on the back stretch, hitting the home stretch now. 3 laps to go. Jasmine starting to pick up the pace a little bit. I do not like this for the rest of the group, because here comes Jessica Brooks. But hold on now. Mackenzie Robinson's coming now, but might have got jammed up.
It's over now.
It's over now. I don't see anybody catching her. Here she goes. She is turning.
Mount Rushmore.
Yep. Hey, guys, we have a new member of the NSC Women's Mount Rushmore. Look at her. This has been as a dominant of a performance as I've seen. There she is, your current grand champ. Ooh. And she's going to keep that soon. She ain't giving up anytime soon. But I tell you what, Jasmine Foster. I did not see that unofficially, but we will see.
And not to overshadow the win.
Sure.
But I feel like Michaela just snuck Mackenzie for a 3rd place finish.
You can't just go out and try to sprint the whole thing because you'll die. But it isn't long enough to where you can kind of set up shop in that 4th or 5th spot either.
In the words of Dora the Explorer, if I was in this race right now as a sprinter, call me backpack.
I don't know what that means.
I'm drafting until I can go.
See, that's the thing. Cheeks doesn't have any children, so he doesn't really know about Dora Explorer, which might not be a bad thing. Here we go. Let's see if we can get off to a clean start. The women's race did so. The men are going to go. Oh, just kidding. No way. A lot longer.
Yeah, it's
forever and a day when you're listening to that thing.
Well, here we go. Let's see if we can get off to a clean one. And we're off. 800-meter men's grand champions race. And it looks like Gabe Lyons going to go to the front, but Jacob Anderson with a real swift move to capitalize on Jacob and Gabe going a little wide. 7 laps to go. Melton going to the 2nd spot. Miles Mead sitting very comfortable in the 4th spot. Looks like Jacob wants to slow it down just a little bit, try to control the pace. Miles Mead making a move. Here we go. We got 5 laps to go. Miles Mead now moving up. Here comes Gabe on the outside. Oh my goodness, we got a little bit of rub and we got some bumping. Here we go. As we approach the NSC timeline, we have 4 laps to go. Anybody's race. Jacob Melton now is trying to pick up the pace. Starting to drop the back of the pack a little bit here. We really got a race at the top 4. We got Melton, he's turning and burning. We got Anderson, we got Lyons, and the vet, Chris Springer, holding up that 4th spot. 2 laps to go. We'll look for Gabe Lyons to make a move.
One pass.
Nice. It looks like he wanted to see what's happening in front of him. Very smart strategy. Looked like he might have hit his hand on Chris Springer. We've got carnage in the front. Oh my goodness, we are all over the places. We are all over the place. Is Jacob Melton going to take it? We're going to see at the line, and he's going to do it.
Wow.
17 years old.
Black suit.
Jacob Melton.
Black suit.
Wow.
Mom's going crazy over there.
Mom's going crazy. Vero Beach, Florida, representing. We'll catch up with Jessica and Jacob here shortly. When we said it was anybody's race, guy, I don't know that we talked about Jacob at the beginning, but I don't know that we talked about him as a guy that could win the Grand Champions race. We thought, yes, we know he can sprint. We know he can go. He's really fast. But when we talk about entering this, right, this is very, very small company.
The time it takes to make a champion is the same time it takes to make a dream. The fight from inside that gives you the drive to breathe determination. The fight from inside that gives you the strength to hit the ground and not be afraid to hit the ground again. A champion has the mind of a king and the heart of a lion. A grand champion refuses to lose and fights to the death. Every fall, every scar that represents the grind. Sleepless nights, we train all night. The life of a champion brings pain all night, but we fight through the pain. Will you fight through the pain or will you surrender? Look the opponent in the eye and demand respect for all of the sweat, tears, blood invested to win. Every fall, every scrape, every second, every day, every sacrifice made to condition the mind, body, and soul for victory. You can feel the adrenaline rush through the veins of a champion when the eyes are on the prize. The same concrete that makes you bleed is the same concrete that teaches you to succeed. Will you fight? Will you train? Will you climb? Will you push? Will you sacrifice the price that it costs to fall in love with victory, to cross the finish line with the feeling of a champion, a grand champion?
NSC fans, we are live with NSC 37. I'm Miguel Jose, NSC League President, and I am here with Tori Carter, four-time U.S. World Team member, Masters lady, world medalist. We are so excited to host this from Reno, Nevada. Now, if you're new to the NSC and you don't really understand the concept, it's pretty simple. The athletes are broken up into two categories. We take the best three sprinters and the best three endurance athletes, and they move on to an 800-meter grand champion race. But hey, you can't forget that wild card, the flying 100. Whoever wins that flying 100, they go on as well to race that grand champion race. And that's the whole concept behind the NSC, is that coveted black suit and the chance to be the next NSC grand champion. So, Tori, we got an amazing lineup tonight.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Let's start with the men's sprint division. Is there anybody you got an eye on that you're just going, maybe they're a little bit ahead of the rest of the field?
You know, I think Jacob Melton, he's just been on this upward trajectory, and I think he'll keep going. How about you?
Yeah, there's no way to bet against the current grand champion, right? Like, here's a kid who did it relatively young.
He's 18.
He's 18 years old, so he did that last year at 17 years old. We have to assume he got better, right?
I think so.
But when we look at that field, I still don't think it's like just an automatic shoo-in. Roman Alvarado sticks out to me.
Yes, yes.
He's a kid who also is really on the come-up on the international scene. He's starting to get world medals, but this is pro night. It's a little different with the lights on. So Donovan Sellers. Donovan Sellers is one of the veterans, and you don't know which one of those guys is going to show up. Is it going to be young Donovan that was dominating the NSC for years, or is it going to be a little bit older Donovan who's has to race a little bit more wise?
A more mature Donovan.
The more mature Donovan. And hey, last minute throw in Tanner Worley.
Yes, that throws things up a little bit for sure.
And one more that I have to mention, of course, the whole sprint field is stacked. Mo Hall, NSC Grand Champion. Mo's generally on the stage with us,
Yes.
doing the music, doing stuff, but don't sleep on that guy. He's had a black suit, and he called me and said, I want to race. I said, oh, all right, we'll figure out the music, dude. You want to race? We'll let you race. Moving on to the women's sprint field, how do you feel with the women's sprint field?
Oh, man, there are some really strong rookies, I think, this year that I'll be interested to see how they do under the lights. I think Jasmine Foster, she's had an incredible year, and I think she's hungry. She's got a fire that she didn't have last year.
Yeah.
Alicia McBride, of course. I mean, that's a given.
The explosiveness of her start. Alicia, you got to go chase her down because you're not just walking away from her. Chances are she's going to start her race a corner up, and then we'll see if she can maintain that speed.
How about you?
You're taking my picks. I mean, Jazzy and Alicia, it's just insane. And on the men's endurance side, I don't know if we've ever had a field this stacked. I was talking about you off camera on this, where I was telling you I was trying to put the heats together, and I was going, all right, like, here's a guy who could win, here's a guy who could win. And then I got stuck because I'm like, there's 6 or 7 guys that could win, and we'll talk more about that on the broadcast because we don't have a ton of time before they get to the live event. But you know, you got Gabe in there, you got Spencer Curtis, Miles Mead. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, and it's stacked.
It is stacked.
The women's endurance field, Jessica Brooks. The guys were shout out to Thomas and Carter and Cheeks, because they had that conversation on the last one. Did Jessica do enough to get on Mount Rushmore for the women? And last event she stamped that, right?
Yes,
and
yes,
so
she did.
that's kind of the baseline. So, here in shortly we're going to get to the live event and we'll kick that over. But we'll chat here until we do that. I just didn't want to cut off as we're in the middle of the convo. But any sleepers that you can think of?
You know, for the women, I think Zakia Kalisto will be I'm really interested to see how she does.
Like you talked about, are the nerves going to play a role with what she does? Because we know she has the speed, we know she has the talent. We've seen her race. Like, she hasn't raced in the NSC, but we've seen her race everywhere else. But again, it's different when the lights are on. Is that something that you think she can come out as a rookie and compete against these other girls?
I really hope so. I mean, I can appreciate the pressure though, because this is the NSC, so it's a whole different ball game.
Absolutely, yeah. And who else Ashton Hale is a sleeper, right? Like, I don't even know if you'd say he's a sleeper. He's just one of the younger athletes, and he has won a race in NSC before. And when he won the race, he wasn't on the list of kids that you were going to guess to win. And that's what's so incredible about NSC is there's no politics. You go out and you show out, you're a name, right?
You race.
It's racing sports are so unlike other sports. Like, you know, if you're talking about a team sport, you need a coach to believe in you to be on the team. This type of thing, if you go across the line first, you're good to go. So, all right, we're going to kick over to the live event, and we'll be right back at you as soon as racing starts.
NSC 37. I want to start off by thanking each and every one of you for being part of this event. I want to thank you for sharing the sport of speed skating with NSC and every other event that we do here. Speaking of sharing, I want you to know that I think that the most important thing that we get out of this sport are the relationships. Tell me I'm lying. You guys have friends all over the country. You have friends all over the world, and that was made possible because of this sport, right? Takes me to my next topic. I want to stop for a second, and I want to acknowledge something, because one of the friends in the sport that has been so meaningful to all of our lives, we lost this year. And I want to thank her children, a former black suit winner, Francesca Hall, as well as Gabby, as well as Jonathan, and the entire Pascarella family, I want to thank you for sharing your mother with this sport. Thank you. So we talked about having a moment of silence. Any of you that knew, Stephanie knew, she was not a woman of silence. She was the one that was there to motivate every single one of you. She didn't care what team you were from. You're a speed skater, and she was there for you. So we're not going to have a moment of silence, because if she was here right now, she would want to hear you guys tear this place up. So on the count of 3, I want to hear you guys thank her, and I want her to hear you thank her. And we're going to move on to some racing. 1, 2, 3.
Reno, Nevada, what you are a part of right now in Reno is bigger than a race. It's bigger than a show. This is a moment where some of these athletes have dreamed of since they were 5, 6, 7 years old. The National Speed Skating Circuit, this is not just any event. NSC, this is the event where only a handful make it. They train for years, sacrifice time, energy, friendships, all to have a shot to be right here, right now. Not everybody gets in, but the ones that do, they've truly earned it. And behind every athlete, there's a family. There's a story. There's a parent who drove late nights. There's a sibling who cheered in empty gyms. A coach who never gave up. A fan who just kept showing up. You are not just in the crowd tonight. You are a part of this incredible event in a moment of history. So before we light up this arena with some of the best athletes in the world, I need you to do one thing. Take your phones out, go to your live feeds, and share what we are about to experience. This is for everyone who couldn't be here tonight, but deserves to witness this level of greatness. Take this time right now to tap into your live feeds, share this incredible moment, hold your phones up high, and we will share this with the ones that deserve to be here. Let's flood the feed. Let's do this in unity. Let's share these athletes' dreams. Now, without further ado, it's time to bring you NSC's official host, the man with the master plan, the life of the party. Make some noise for Rob Campbell!
Thank you, sir. Reno, Nevada, how we feeling?
Yeah!
I know you guys can do better than that. Reno, Nevada, how you feeling?
Let's go!
We are coming to you live, joined by viewers from around the world as we bring you NSC 37. Tonight, in the biggest little city in the world, we have 39 of the best indoor speed skaters in the world right here doing battle to see who's going to bring home the coveted title of Grand Champion, taking home that black suit. Who's going to bring home $7,000 of cash money? And who's going to go down as one of the best indoor speed skaters the sport has ever known? We have the top male sprinters, endurance, the top women sprinters, and endurance. They'll qualify through their sprint and endurance distances to get to the Grand Champion main event finale. So my question to you, Reno, Nevada, are you ready? BP, are you ready?
I'm ready!
Reno, Nevada, let me hear you one more time. Are you ready? Let's get this show on the road. NSC 37. Let's do it. Let's go.
All right, guys, we're back here, ready to put it down straight into the racing, and so we are really excited for this first group of events here. And we're going to kick it off with the 300-meter women's Heat 1 and Heat 2, and let's go over that lineup really quick here, Tori. So in Heat 1, we have Natmar, Salma, Jasmine Foster, and Zakia. Now, there's only 4 in the heat, and there's 3 to qualify. It's a little bit different when your heat doesn't have a ton of people because the racing strategy just changes so much. I'm curious to see if they just go straight out the gate or if you see people kind of hold off a little bit to save some juice for the finals.
I mean, it's a 300 meter. It's not like there's a whole lot of room for a lot of strategy.
There's not. But if you're very confident in your start and you think you can get second off the line, it is kind of nice not to be the one that just has to go out and go.
Now, there was a theory a few years ago that whoever got to the cone first was typically the winner.
I guess we're going to find out. I guess we're going to find out what that looks like. So Salma's coming out right now, rookie to the league. Had a really good NSC tryouts and is going to come in here and pepper this up a little bit.
I think Salma will be fun to watch. She's got a great start, and I think she's also hungry.
And you just, like we talked about early, like you just can't bet against Jazzy. She actually told me that she's the oldest woman athlete in the league, and then I was like, Jazzy's not old. I asked her, I was like, Jazzy, how old are you? She's like, I'm 25. I was like, wow. So on the women's side, there's so much young talent. We're on the men's side. I think Puckett's got to be close to 40 by now.
I think he's 37.
Yeah. So, all right, let's see how this goes down here. All right, here we go. And remember, Tori, that the first jump gets charged to the field, and the second one, you're out. So it doesn't matter if you were the jumper or not on the second one. It's a newer rule that we implemented last year with the NSC. A lot of times these athletes will play games and intentionally jump on the first one.
And the start itself is a little bit longer of a hold than they expect. It's a second and a half.
Yes, with the pre-recorded start. Okay, clean start. We're off and running here.
So fast.
And Jazzy hits the corner first with Natmar in second, and we got a slip, and they're both on their feet still. Salma making chase in third place, and Zakia settling in. I don't know if she's going to go and chase her. I think we got a pretty clear heat here with Jazzy in first, Natmar in second, Salma in third. It's going to look like it's going to finish that way. All right, Jazzy on to the final, Natmar in second, and Salma makes the final. Zakia, we talked about that. It looked like the nerves got her a little bit. She might have still had some time to chase, but she kind of shut it down.
Natmar had a good finish.
She did. She was chasing. Natmar has a really good top end, and when she gets rolling, you could see that she started bridging some of that gap.
Yep.
All right, here's my pick right now that I think is going to be the winner for the 300. We'll see if that's going to carry over for a 500, but for the 300, she just gets out of the gate so fast. Mariana is going to be in lane 2, and a lot of people that are big fans of the NSC, they might not remember Shia Saylor, but Shia Saylor's a force to be reckoned with. She took some time off of competing, but she really didn't take the skates off. So I don't think a lot of people are going to count her in, but she's got a fiery start. So, and then of course we got Gabby Pasquarella rounding out the field, and we made a really beautiful tribute to her mom, and I know that the last time she put a medal around her neck, she made it very clear she was doing that for Mom, which is beautiful.
Very proud she's here.
This first race, so much nerves.
How could there not be, though?
Oh, a little bit of shake, but they didn't call it. And here we go. Gabby with a great start as well. And they're all in here. We got a close race right off the bat. Alicia in first, Gabby in second, Shia in third, and Mariani racing rounding out the field. I don't know if they're going to pass here. I think, like we were talking about, they might just have a feel that they're all settled in. Oh, Shia might have to pass if they keep rolling it. They got to go to the line here. All right, pretty uneventful 2 first heats. I don't think the final will be that uneventful, but
nope.
we got the finalists pretty clear in.
Now, for the viewers at home, when they are that top speed, do you think that they are more likely to throw the pass?
No. As the speeds continue to increase, the probability of error continues to go up. And so to put this in context for the fans at home, our fastest 100-meter time is 8.2 seconds. So picture Usain Bolt running a 100-meter, and these guys would make him look slow.
Which is incredible.
And you're doing it in a circle, which makes it very difficult as well. So, all right, here we go. Mo Hall, Mamba, and lane 1 stepping out here. And Junior Pascarella, lane 2. Cameron James, oh my God, this is a hard heat.
Cameron showed up last year.
Who put these together?
They probably said the same thing.
Oh my gosh. Mo Hall's just a showman, so you know what you tend to see out of Mo is just a lot of energy. He's a guy that doesn't really get nervous when he races because he's just having so much fun. Where a lot of the athletes, you can kind of feel the nerves. Mo's a guy's out there, he's going to do his best, but the result doesn't matter to him as much as it does some of the other athletes. So win or lose, you're going to see that guy put on a show. Okay.
At least for 3 laps.
Yep, and here's Jacob Anderson coming out now. He won the 500-meter at the last NSC 36. So again, this is a very, very stacked race here.
From Orlando, Florida, number 55, Daniel Gill.
Here we go.
Danny Gill from Orlando, Florida. There are a lot of Orlando kids.
Yeah, it's a hub for skating. You throw a rock and you'll hit a good speed skater in Orlando. Like you just said. And here's one of the picks that we were talking about earlier. He's a sleeper. Like, he's really right now starting to hit his trajectory, and I would be shocked if we don't see him with some hardware tonight.
I would agree.
Yep, and rounding out the field, Jamie Hayes. At this point, Jamie's a veteran to the NSCs.
Yes, he is.
He's skated a lot of races. He's kind of one of those guys that's a benchmark guy. Like, if you can race Jamie, you know that you're at the talent, that pro talent level. Jamie hasn't been able to kind of tip it over yet and really get some of that hardware, but maybe tonight's his night.
Could be.
Oh, they were sleeping on Tanner. I knew there was one more for this race. I was like, where's Tanner at? And here he comes, Tanner Worley. Now, Tanner is one of those guys that he's just going to come out like a rocket. And you got to remember that Tanner is probably one of the most fit athletes out here because he's been on that Olympic ice chase for a while. So in terms of the schedule, he's running a very, very difficult training schedule. So we'll see if he can put it together on wheels.
He's probably just came back from the gym today.
Probably. Okay, let's see what we got here. 3 laps. Don't blink, guys. Do not blink. Here we go. Oh, Mo. Look at him, though. Look, he's playing games. Look at him. He did that on purpose.
Yes, he did.
Again, to the viewers listening at home, the first jump doesn't punish you at all. It punishes the entire field. The second jump, you're disqualified. So Mo put the pressure now. He's making the start honest.
Yes.
Now no one can take the risk to do the jump because he intentionally did that. Here we go.
Not as much lean.
Oh, okay.
Anderson.
Here we go. Crazy first corner. Jacob Anderson out of the gate. Junior Pascarella in second. Tanner Worley in third. And we got 2 hungry youngins on Tanner's feet right now, and he's chasing. Jacob Anderson is moving, though.
To Pascarella.
Here we go. Is Tanner going to be able to hold that? Roman Alvarado going for it. They're bumping.
Oh!
And across the line.
Saved by Danny Gill.
Now you got to remember the NSC also has a D-class rule. So that pass from Roman Alvarado, I'm sure that the refs are going to review that because it's possible that Tanner's still into the final off of that pass. So we'll wait to get results here to see what they decided on. .26.36, not a bad opening time. Great race by the youngster Roman Alvarado.
Last year, Jacob Melton won it with a 26.17.
We're getting the result now. Any calls? See, we can see the refs right now debating over this. They're coming over to the stage, and they are going to deliver the news as we wait. A lot of discussion from the referees.
Rubbing his racing, but it has to be fair.
Tori, what did you think, though, when you saw it?
I could see both ways.
It's a 300 meter. It's almost impossible not to push. But you still got to do fair racing, right?
Yes.
They're discussing it, which means they all don't agree.
Correct.
If they all agreed, it'd be pretty quick. So this is a debatable call. All right, while they're making the decision on that, let's take a look at the next heat. Donovan Sellers in lane 1. We have Lucas in lane 2.
Lucas Kosolik.
Yep.
He's 19.
Cameron James, lane 3. Now, Cameron's in that North Carolina camp.
Throws down there.
They have a hotbed too. That camp is dangerous. They train with a lot of great skaters. KJ Campbell, one of the rookies to NSC. I love watching this guy race. He just has a great technique to him, and he's going to fight in that race. And, of course, here we got Jacob Melton, the current grand champion. He's the man to watch tonight. And, Tori, you made a comment to me earlier about Axel. You got some time to talk to this young man.
He said that he was ready for his second year. He was no longer a rookie. He had been training a lot this year, so I think he's looking forward to seeing what he can actually do.
I expected a lot from him on NSC 36, especially with how he tried out for it.
The trials were great.
And the nerves got him a little bit, so we'll see here now if this experience changes that a little bit. Here we go. Oh, KJ pulled it, but I don't think KJ did that on purpose.
It's a longer hold than they think.
Yeah, look, you could look at KJ's face. You could tell he didn't do that on purpose. He's like, that was a long hold. I'm not used to that. Now, we do a pre-recorded hold, and we send it to all the athletes, so they get all the practice in the world to practice these timing, but for whatever reason, on the events, the timing just feels different. And you could practice this a million times, but when you get here, the timing's just different. You got to be patient enough to wait for it.
Now, do you think that the sprinters, at least for the viewers at home, do they plan it in practice, or do you think they go off of reaction, or both?
I think the ones that did that made the mistake of planning it. You got to listen for it.
Cameron.
Who was it? It was Cameron?
I think it's Cameron.
And that's the reason Mo did the first one last time. It's a little bit of strategic. Like, Cameron's a favorite in this race, and they just took him out of the race off of a false start.
If it's him.
If it's him, well, we're gonna. You got great eyes. I think that you're probably gonna be right, but let's see. Well, we have seen wilder things happen from the refs, right?
True. Our refs are Al Tinsley.
Tori called it right.
Oh, poor Cameron.
Hey, this North Carolina crew's done this a few times, though.
Yes.
Okay, only 5 in this completely different race now with only 5 on the line. Oh, no.
Oh, no, don't look, no. Oh.
Look, 2 of them think they did it. 2 of them think they're out.
Oh, Lucas.
I think it was Lucas too, but KJ thinks he jumped as well. Guys, this is wild. These are heats.
They're excited. They're ready.
This is nerves.
This is nerves.
Listen, if my 7-year-old did this, I'm also my 7-year-old's coach and his dad, but Dad's having some choice words with my 7-year-old. Like, you learn this at a very young age that if the second jump you're out, you don't move. Like,
right.
These guys have been practicing this since they were little kids. These are major mistakes happening on the pro level right now.
Yep.
That shows you how much nerves we actually have going on. Now we're down to 4. Wow, that is wild. You guys hold the start. Let's see it.
No way.
You got to be kidding me.
No way. Donovan.
Wow. I've never seen this.
No.
I've never seen this. The crowd thinks it's hilarious. I don't as much. As the league promoter, I can't believe that these guys don't have the patience to just hold a start.
And you can see some of the experience with how well they stay on the line, but I would not have expected that from Donovan.
No, not at all.
Oh.
Well, that's what it is. Those guys will skate 3 cruise laps.
Yep.
No racing. But this only happens because the importance of getting a good position on the start in a 300 determines whether or not you're going to go. So you have to take that risk. Okay, there we go. They figured it out. All right. Jacob's still running fast laps, though, and I think the reason he's running the fast laps is because he just wants to get a feel for his legs as he gets to the other rounds.
Smart.
And there's a big disadvantage not being able to do this. So great decision from Jacob.
Oh, no.
This is wild. We got 3 guys who automatically qualified, and we just have a skater who fell. This is hard to comprehend what's happening right now. Wow. And he still rolled a super fast time, 26.8.
Yep. Well, it keeps the referees on their toes, that's for sure. We have Al Tinsley, Brian Talley, and Jamie Talley, and our head ref is Brian Hayes. You're busy. We also have our finish line judge, Jason Hill.
So I ran over real quick to find out the results here for that last race. They declassed Roman Alvarado. So that was the most bizarre series of heats I've ever seen.
Here we go.
Okay. This race is a little bit different here because the athletes will have some time to settle in. 1,000 meter, we call it a distance race, which it is a little bit, but it's a weird distance. Like, you can't sit and wait, but if you go early, you can't win it. So a lot of times the better racers, you're going to see them try to control a little bit more without using a ton of energy. They'll run that middle line, hope that people are passing and push them around, or you'll get some of the athletes that'll sit and stalk. They'll sit in last place and they'll go and hunt. I'm curious to see with this experienced field how the racing is going to go here.
Yeah, I think the strategy to stay in the back and let the guys fight it out is always an interesting one.
So quickly here in Heat 1, Gabe Lyons is on the cone. Caden Haynes is on second to the pylon. Matthew Gilly third. Chris Springer fourth. And Julian Rimby on the wall. Now, Julian's another kid that he has some experience in the NSC, but he stepped away from skating for a little bit. And in the last 2 years, he's really kind of got back into it. And very recently, we've started seeing him hit results outside of the NSC, so don't count this kid out. He's a real racer.
Now, Gabe set the record in the 1,000 last year.
Blazing fast. Gabe set the record technically by crossing the line first, but Miles Mead set the record.
Some work.
Miles Mead did all the work, and Gabe said, "Thank you," and then just took the record from him.
For Miles.
It's a very interesting race. Okay. Let's see if any games are played on this one. I have a feeling they'll be patient.
Springer.
Oh, no. Guys, the start command is the same. We do this every year. We literally talk about this in the athlete meeting. Everybody looks at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, you guys, the start command feels longer than it does, and they've practiced it. They have the thing, and every event, they go, oh, we know what he's talking about now. Okay, charge to the field.
I do like that it keeps him honest.
Well, we thought it was bizarre to have a disadvantage in a race, right? Like, it makes more sense to be more like track and field where you're either in the race or you're not, but like a disadvantage at the start of the race is weird. Julian Rimby starting the race off in front, Caden Haynes in second, Matthew Gilly making a move into third. Looks like Gabe's going to play this pretty calm. As Chris Springer, too, he's taking that strategy we were talking about, kind of just hunting in the back.
Curious to see how Gilly does. He's a rookie.
He's a rookie, but he's not. He's a veteran skater who hasn't really had a shot in the NSC yet. But again, every time these guys step into this, it's just different, right? Like, it's not the same as the races they're skating outside of the pro league.
No, he said he's been skating for 15 years.
All right, we're in at 4. When they come around, we're halfway into the race. They're doing a lot of jockeying right now. Matthew Gilly leading the way, Caden Haynes in second, Gabe Lyons in third, Julian Rimby moving up to third. Little trip there. Okay, we're getting sloppy on the passes. Okay, here we go. Matthew Gilly's keeping the pace fast for this 1,000. Gabe Lyons in second here. Chris is sitting really pretty in third. He looks confident. All right, here we go. 2 laps to go. And listen, it's only 3 to qualify, so we have a race and everybody's in it.
Gabe's a strong skater.
Gabe skating a little bit up the middle line here. Still looking pretty relaxed. Same with Caden. They're going to roll to the line. They're going to hawk. They're going to hawk to the line. Great first heat. Nobody wanted to take a lot of risk, but that's really fast for a heat. That's only 2 seconds off of the actual record. So you typically won't see heats at those speeds, but with how stacked the field is, they didn't have a choice.
That's right.
Now, the part that's a little bit rough for this is that the endurance athletes skate more laps than the sprinters do. So as we get deeper into the format, the ones that make the Grand Champions race, it gets really tough because they've already skated triple, maybe quadruple the laps the sprinters have. But they don't have to do the real explosive stuff, so it evens out a little bit here.
I do think with the format, it does determine who is in shape and who does have the legs to sustain.
Yeah, you'll find out real quick you didn't do proper training when you come to this format because the racing is back to back to back. All right, Ashton Hale in lane 1 here. wearing the number 35, coming from Oklahoma. Ashton Hale, one of the youngsters we were talking about earlier. This kid, he's also someone who likes to go up and pound laps. Jeffrey Puckett in lane 2. Look at this, he's having a great time. One of the veteran skaters. Tori, you were saying Puckett's been skating for how many years?
30. He said 30 years.
30 years.
It's just amazing.
He's been skating longer than a lot of his competitors have been alive.
Correct.
So that's the type of experience he's bringing to this.
Ashton's 18.
Ryan Dawson in lane 3. This kid is a monster. This is a really interesting heat because you got a lot of guys in this heat that like to go. Ashton likes to go the whole time. Puckett likes to go the whole time. Ryan Dawson likes to go the whole time. In lane 4, Dayton Ristine. Don't let his size fool you. He comes out looking like a linebacker, and he's got distance. This kid can skate.
He's nimble, too.
We just mentioned Miles Mead. Miles Mead likes to set that blazing tempo, and he was the one who really kind of set that tempo for Gabe to get the record. And then rounding out your field, Spencer Curtis. This guy is a monster. This is a stacked heat. I expect to see a lot of jockeying because a lot of the athletes want to race this race very similar. We have a lot of style-ups that are going to clash here.
Mm-hmm. Miles said he likes to skate in the top 3.
This whole group does.
Yep.
This whole group likes to attack. So let's see how much jockeying happens if anybody wants to be patient here.
We'll be 5 wide and 1,000.
Oh. Look, he doesn't look upset.
Nope.
He's playing it a little bit here. But Dayton's size, like, you wouldn't think he's as nimble as he is. Like, this guy's just, his legs are just stacked muscle.
There's a video of him, I think he's hurdling a kid who went down.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It's like almost like a slow motion. He just jumps him at the first cone. And the interesting part about that is he just kept going.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, let's see if we can get a clean start here. Clean, clean, clean. They waited on it. Okay, here's Miles Mead. Like we talked about, he likes to keep that tempo high, but we got an entire group that does. Miles Mead in first, Ryan Dawson in second, Dayton Ristine in third. Double pass here on Miles moving up to third. He's right back up to the front. Spencer Curtis coming in to mix it up. Jeffrey Puckett on his way up. Ashton Hale, he's going to play it a little calm in the back here. He doesn't look like he's going to make a move early. Miles is keeping a super fast pace here.
Everyone looks comfortable.
Absolutely. As they come around, they're going to have 600 meters remaining. Miles Mead still in the front here. Spencer Curtis in second. Dayton Ristine in third. Ashton Hale starting to make his way up. We are halfway through the race. Miles is starting to pick up the pace. Dayton Ristine doesn't seem like he can hold it.
Ooh.
Ashton Hale, we got a little bump here. Ryan Dawson, a little bit more bumping. Puckett's going to chase in here too. Ashton is on the chase for third. Holy smokes, he is moving it. If Miles sets another tempo and another athlete takes the record, that's going to be brutal. Here we go. When they come around, they're going to have the bell lap. They are on pace. They are on pace for this record. Wow.
Puckett keeps messing with his skate.
Miles is on fire here.
Rolls
He
through
rolled
it.
the line, 131.41. Holy smokes. Guys, that is a very interesting race because the final can't be ran like that when you take all 6 guys. It's not going to work that way.
No.
All right, we are going to regroup here and go ahead and cut to commercial, and we'll be back out with you guys here shortly. women's 1,300 meter warming up right now. This is going to be the first final for tonight. Tori, we got a great lineup. Tori Weber, number 44 from Milton, Florida. Second position is Jalen Godin, number 24 from Springfield. Jessica Brooks, number 33. Michaela Lyons, number 28 from Bonnie Lake, Washington. Graceland Marlowe Alpers, number 95 from California. Said Hannah Gannison, number 35, and Mackenzie Robinson rounding out that field. Tori, talk to me a little bit here when you were speaking with the girls. Like, did anybody divulge any strategy? Were they tight to the vest? Like, what did you get out of them?
You know, there wasn't a whole lot of discussion about strategy, actually. You know, everyone's more focused on their training and if they're ready for the whole race tonight.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people like to spill that. I'll tell you this, I can share some of these secrets. So I actually coach Michaela Lyons, and so we discussed before this, right? And all of them are going to go and talk privately with their coaches, but what we talked about was staying out of the belly.
Yep.
In these races, if you're mid-pack, it's just a horrible place to be because it's the danger zone. That's where the bad passes happen. That's where you get taken out of the race before it began. So Michaela's generally a skater who likes to skate from the front. She's a little bit nervous if she feels like her fitness is there. So I told her, I was like, we got to find out because her best races are off the front. Her brother Gabe is somebody who's going to skate off the back because he's got acceleration. Michaela's a skater who likes to burn your legs out, right? But here's the problem. The problem is Jessica Brooks is in this race. And if you go out hard with Jessica sitting in second, all you do is hand her the win.
Yes.
And I'm not really sure what the strategy is to race for Jessica. I have a feeling a lot of these girls are going to kind of race for second, which makes it even easier for Jessica to win because everybody tries to shadow her. So you're just jockeying.
You know, I'm curious to see how Mackenzie Robinson does tonight. I think she might challenge Jessica a little bit.
She's fired up, and hey, she believes in herself. And she's not scared of Jessica.
No.
Like, Mackenzie's going to go out there and she's going to put it down, and she's got the speed to do it. You know, that's the thing. Like, a lot of the athletes don't have the speed like Jessica does. So the strategy is, can I burn some of her legs out so that the speed slows down? But Jessica's got distance too, so she's hard to beat.
She is hard to beat.
But again, that's why we referenced to her on Mount Rushmore. She's doing things that we haven't seen before, times that we've never seen for women's speed skating. But she's still got some time to chase in terms of her Grand Champion victories. We still have Francesca Hall with 5 Grand Champion victories, and that's very hard to live up to.
And how many podiums? I mean, that's just dominant presence.
And interesting enough, Francesca's actually here tonight with her son, Idris, and she's taking pictures for us. So the most decorated woman speed skater wanted to be part of the event, and she's out there just capturing the event for us, which is amazing.
I love it when they give back.
All right, lane 1, Tori Weber. Now, Tori Weber has put together some amazing races. The very first time she made it into the NSC, her flying 100 at tryouts, we don't count that in part of the records, but her flying 100 at tryouts was an 8.6. So she's got some blazing fast times as well. Oh, wow, crowd favorite. Can you guys hear that on the feed? The crowd is going absolutely nuts for Graceland. She brought an army of fans. I'm seeing T-shirts and signs and her numbers and balloons. Oh, man, she's loved. Graceland Marla Alper, she pulled off some podiums here, too. So,
yes, she had a good year last year.
Yeah, so this is a great lineup. And said Hannah, she's got nothing to lose. She's such a young skater that she's coming out here with no expectation levels from some of the veterans, so some of the pressure is off of her. So look to her to do something because she doesn't have to deal with the same nerves that a lot of these other athletes have to.
No, and she's not a rookie this year. Sadna, I think, will definitely be in the mix.
She's not. And rounding out the field, Mackenzie Robinson, and you're thinking that she might be the one to really challenge Jessica, and we're going to see
feisty.
her. She is.
You know, a lot of these races, it seems like some of the expectations are already set going into it. You were saying that, you know, everyone's expecting Jessica to win, and so they're going after second.
It's the first final. anything can happen. We saw in heats 3 guys do the craziest thing I've ever seen, so we never know. It's NSC.
It's NSC.
Oh, Jalen Godin pushing it a little bit.
I don't know if that was accidental.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
She looked a little shocked, like, crap, I wasn't supposed to do that. Jalen's a skater, too, that likes to push the pace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she actually just finished, she got her bachelor's in criminal justice.
Oh, wow.
This past year, so she said she's been balancing school and training.
Unfortunately, we are one of those sports where even at the pro level, you got to go do some other things to survive. And you chase your passion here, right?
Yep.
Here we go. Clean start. Mackenzie Robinson right off the bat wanting to push the pace. Wow, I was not expecting her to open in a 1300 like it's a 3. Okay, here we go. Starting to settle in.
Tori chasing.
Yep. And they got time. This pack's probably going to come back together.
Now, how many of these girls do you think are panicking, even at this level?
Oh, if I'm in the last 2 spots, I'm a little bit nervous that they opened up so quick. Here we go. And I think Mackenzie went out there to kind of wake everybody up. It's like, hey.
Here I am.
Here I am. All right, Mackenzie leading the way. Jessica Brooks in second. Michaela Lyons in third. Tori Weber making a move into fourth. But you can already see some hurt on some of these skaters' legs.
Yep.
Michaela's going to jockey a little bit and slow this race down just a tad. As they come around, we'll have 6 laps into the race.
And there's Jessica sitting in second.
Again, they let her sit there, right? She's in the best place to be. Mackenzie's doing work. Jessica's in second, and Michaela's in a vulnerable position in third.
That draft makes a big difference.
Michaela's recognizing it, but look, Jessica's just going to hit the outside and come right back up. She moves right back up with that.
Oh, Sadna coming in.
Here we go. Okay. The pack's still together. Mackenzie Robinson in first, Jessica Brooks in second, Michaela Lyons back to third, and Gracelyn Alford is in fourth. Here we go. We're seeing a lot of lazy passes there.
Yep.
When they come around, 5 to go. Jessica's going to start pushing this here soon. My guess is Jessica's going to try to push with 3 to go because the pack's together. But Mackenzie's coming out here. Jessica trying to hold the line. I'm calling the lap song. This is a 1,300 meter. Here we go.
Oh.
Bell lap right now. 1 lap to go. Mackenzie Robbins challenging her. Michaela Lyons in third. We got a field, but hey, this told us that Mackenzie's not going to back down.
Nope.
Had Mackenzie not pushed that pace, that might have been a different race. Jessica didn't have to do much work, and the race was still close. Wow, that's amazing.
2:09:55.
What a great race.
Now, actually, last year, that's what Jessica ran in the final.
Really? The same time?
2:09.
Woo! Yeah, they were moving. I can see the hurt on them, and that's the first final. They're coming off the floor cooked right now. That's also one thing that you have to consider when you do this is like, if you're wanting to wear the black suit, you got to put some thought into, what if I take the legs out of some of my competitors? Maybe I don't win the first race, but my goal is to win the black suit. So if I go out there and I start putting that hurt on Jessica because I think my fitness is better,
right? Can
I slow her down enough by the time we get to the Grand Champions race, right? So there's a long-term play on this as well. Actually, we got Mackenzie mic'd up over here, and so if they're ready, let's go over to Mackenzie and get a quick interview from Mackenzie and hear her strategy on this.
All right, so that was a fantastic race.
Thank you.
Bravo, way to lead it.
Yeah.
So what was going through your mind that last lap of that race?
Well, I know that she doesn't quite have, well, she's got everything on me, frankly, but if I can run a defensive track well enough to put her in an uncomfortable position in that corner, it leaves me a better chance to either get the pass back or for her to go down. Not that that's what I want, but to leave room for error that I can take an opportunity out of. But coming to that line, I was like, I want to come into the cone in first, and then I want to go the pace that I want to go, because I can run 10 flat, 30 laps.
Yeah.
That's not the problem. It's how am I going to set up to make sure I'm successful at the end of the race, and she's in a bad position. So when it came down to those 2 or 3 laps to go and there was some jockeying, perfect for me. She has to use extra energy to pass me, and so that's how it went.
It's an awesome race. It was fantastic to watch you, and awesome job as always.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let's get back to the action here. Women's 300-meter final. Lane 1, Jasmine Foster. Lane 2, Alicia McBride. Lane 3, Natmar. Lane 4, Gabby Pascarella. Lane 5, Salma. And lane 6, Shaya's with the wall. That wall position's tough in a 300-meter.
Yes.
It's not where you want to be.
It's a longer distance.
You know, in track and field, you run in a straight line, so who cares? I mean, I know track and field athletes like to be in the middle, but at the end of the day, it's fair.
Yep.
This is a longer distance when you're on the wall to the cone.
Yes, it is.
Okay, here we go. Oh, I don't know. That seemed clean. They moved before the other athletes, but I'm not entirely sure I would have called that as a jump. They moved quick, but that might have been like right on. And that's one of the things that's tough for these refs, is that they're having to pay attention to so many things at the same time. You got to look at the whole line, and then you're trying to figure out, did the sound happen before the move? Right. Because you can move first and still not jump as long as you're after the sound.
It's a hard job.
All right, here we go. Let's see if they can have a clean start. We're going to hold it here. All right, clean start. Alicia McBride making it to that corner first, but Jasmine is moving up immediately, and Gabby Pascarella is moving fast in third. Here we go as this race starts to go. Natmar moving up to fourth. We got a clean race. Jasmine Foster is starting to open up. Alicia McBride is on that chase, but here comes Gabby Pascarella moving into the second position. Natmar looking for that corner pass as, oh my gosh, Selma moving up to the third position, and it is Jasmine Foster with the win. Gabby Pascarella in second, and Selma rounding out the field in third. What an incredible race, Tori.
That was amazing.
Oh,
27:73 unofficial.
Here we go. What a great race.
Alicia last year ran in 27:65. That was almost a record.
Tori, what was the prediction about the first cone?
I think there's something to it.
Amazing. Well, hey, we're going to jump over to here with an interview with Jessica Brooks.
You're good. You've got a little bit over here. Yes. All right. We have Jessica Brooks.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. How'd you feel going into that race? You're in the black suit.
I did not feel confident at all, surprisingly.
No?
And even during the race, I just didn't feel great, but I pulled it off anyway.
Now, do you think it was more nerves or just your legs are getting used to everything?
Just my legs, really.
Yeah, I think so.
It's really difficult, honestly.
Now, are you going to try to win everything moving forward? What is your strategy as the night goes on?
I'm going to try to win everything.
I like it.
I always do, so I'm just going to give it my best, and that's all that matters.
That's awesome. Now, toward the finish, you had that big pass, and off you went. Mm-hmm. Did you have any thoughts behind it?
No, I just wanted to wait. Michaela made a pass on me, so I fought for the spot, and then just had to wait until I knew I couldn't go for long. So.
Were you expecting Mackenzie to take off that fast at the beginning?
Yes.
Yeah. You're ready.
Yeah.
Well, good luck the rest of the race,
Thank
I'm
you.
sure we'll see you up here in a little bit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Gabby. So, known you for years.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic race.
Thank you.
So, watching that race, if there was anything that you could have changed in that race, what would you have done differently?
I think I for sure could have possibly like passed earlier.
Yeah.
And so it would have given me more time to get up to Jazzy, or when Jazzy went around, I could have went with her. So
Yeah, it's 3 laps, so it's really fast paced.
Yeah.
And then, you know, especially on that last, trying to pursue Jasmine, or were you just trying to keep the pack?
I knew I was a little far off of her to try and pursue something. So my main goal was just to get as close to her as I could in the last lap. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good job.
How you doing?
I'm still breathing heavy.
That's okay. You just ran really hard.
Yeah.
Ran really hard. All right, Jasmine Foster just won the 300. Tell me about your start. Tell me how you're feeling. How you doing?
I mean, I knew it was going to come down to me and Alicia for the start. If she's going to win it, I had to get by her as soon as possible. If I didn't, everything in the back could happen.
Now, did you expect to throw that pass within that first lap?
Yes.
Yes.
That was the plan. If I didn't win the start, I had to get by.
I mean, you did, and you did it, which was awesome. And then, so moving forward, are you going to try to do the same thing in the 5?
A little different strategy because it's a little longer.
Yep.
So maybe if it's just her and I for the first 2 laps, maybe do the 3rd lap, but maybe just go from the start too. So
yeah. Now tell me your mentality this year coming in. You've got a fire underneath you, Jazzy, this year.
Yeah, I mean, going into the year, I wasn't very mentally strong. Had a lot of things going on, and I had to have a change. So I ended up moving to Florida, skating with Emerald Coast, and I've had the best time.
That's awesome. You can tell. You
Yeah.
can tell you're having a good time. Well, good luck. Congratulations. And I'm sure we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We will have 2 heats, top 3 will qualify on each heat. Following those 2 races, we will have the men's 1,000-meter endurance final.
Now the 300, that record was 27:32 by Francesca Hall, and she averaged 9.1 per lap, which is just so fast. All right, we have the 500-meter heats.
All right, we are back at it. We have the 500-meter now men's heats. Are we going to have the same fiasco that we just dealt with, or are they going to learn their lessons? We don't know.
I feel like that's a once-in-a-long-time circumstance.
I don't know. I would think so, but hey, with this group of guys, we don't know what we're going to get.
You never know.
All right. How's our field looking here? We got KJ lane 1, Junior Pascarella in lane 2, Cameron James lane 3, Jacob Anderson lane 4, Daniel Gill lane 5. And how do we say Lucas's
Lucas
last name?
Kasolik.
Kasolik.
It's Polish.
It's I got it. All right.
There you go. Now, for the viewer at home, how do they get lined up on the line the way they do? There's some randomizer action going on.
For the heats, all we do is we take the names in there, we throw it into a randomizer app, we record it so that the athletes know it's fair. We hit the randomizer 3 times, we post it in their group, they know. Now for the finals, it's different. Winner goes cone, next winner of the next heat goes second to cone, and so on until, because again, the wall's the disadvantage.
And it's placement, not time.
Placement, yes. All right, is this going to be clean? We got a clean start.
They all learned.
A lot of lean on that. Junior Pascarella winning the start here. Jacob Anderson in second. Daniel Gill chasing in third here. KJ Campbell in fourth. Junior's moving. Jacob's giving him some room. Junior's doing that little check back, just making sure he's got enough time here. But watch for Cameron James because he's just got some speed and he got pushed out on that first corner. So we'll see if he can make a move.
He just goes.
He looks like the whole pack's together here. There's Cameron moving up. He's going to go chase that position. Oh, it's wide open here. First two guys are pretty comfortable, but look at Cameron James looking for that. Is he going to throw it? He is going to throw that pass. And we're going to go to the line. And wow, I think Cameron got it, but that was 3 wide on the line.
3 wide, all Hawks.
Pretty clear race for first and second, but Cameron on that sleeper position had enough time to come from 6. That's really hard to do, Tori. Like we talked about as those speeds go up, 43.99 on the clock, blazing.
Last year, Jacob Anderson won this race.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what he does.
He just got out the gate, though, and he did not come back.
Nope.
What a great. All right, let's see here. These guys are slapping hands for a heat.
They're ready. They're
ready. They're giving all the love. Let's see here. I'm waiting for the announcement. Here's the qualifiers.
For the viewers at home who have not been as familiar with speed skating, a hawk is a way to try to get your foot across the line first.
It goes by that front wheel. Who did you hear who he called?
I did not.
Who got third in that? Trying to see the results here. There's so much audience noise in the crowd. I didn't get to hear the announcer on that here.
Axel skating
Cameron
up.
James did
Cameron
get it.
James.
I thought I saw it.
It's a good eye.
Sometimes though, I think I see it, and I don't see it.
I mean, I'm happy for modern technology.
You know, one of the things that's a little bit tricky is that, like, angles on the track make the wheel look completely different versus head-on. We use this very sophisticated system that's clicking thousands, maybe even more than that, pictures. They can go down like smaller than like a human hair in terms of lining that up. And they'll take that and you can see it frame by frame, so they can test that front wheel directly as it hits that line. And you have to remember, it's the very beginning part of that front line.
See, I was expecting you to say like grain over ice.
What's that?
I was expecting you to say a grain over ice.
That's actually a big margin.
Yeah,
for the speeds they're going, like that's like I know I beat them. But then there's those times where you're like, who got it?
Yep.
All right. Axel Moore, lane 1. Jamie Hayes, lane 2. Oh, this was the crazy group, right? This is the group we lost everybody. Jacob Melton, lane 3. Donovan Sellers, lane 4. Roman Alvarado, lane 5. And Tanner Worley drawn that wall position.
It seems like, Jacob and Roman really like this distance.
They do. It gives them just enough time, right? Yeah. Like there's so much happening in a 300 where that you can't really make decisions. Where this you can even though 5's a sprint, you can settle in. Okay.
Melton, maybe?
I don't know who they're calling on that because the entire line moved. Did you see who it was?
I think it was Jacob Melton.
You think it was Jacob Melton? They'll tap him on the back. They'll let us know.
It's close, though.
I don't know. Some of these, you almost got to let it go. They're so close. They're a little bit more strict. I think in previous events, the refs got a lot of criticism not calling the jump. So you're seeing a little bit more strict version of the referees.
Yep. And it was Melton.
Here we go. All right, now they got to hold it. They really got to hold it here. Okay, clean start. Jacob Melton winning that start. Nice move by Tanner Worley off that wall position, going up into second.
That's experience.
Jacob Melton's going to just try to hold that pace because he's got a little bit of a gap, but we got a lot of action happening here in third. Jamie Hayes with a nice move up into third. Axel Moore with the double pass into second place. Jamie Hayes moving. Tanner Worley looking for it, and Donovan Sellers, watch him on the hunt. Here it goes. We got a lot of action here. This race is wild. Jacob Melton way out in front. Axel Moore in second. Donovan Sellers trying to take that third spot into it. Tanner Worley, he just timed it a little bit wrong. They're going to run that to the line. He probably, nope, no hawk. All right.
I will say Jamie Hayes had a good save.
The interesting part is the time wasn't very fast, but because of the jockeying, Jacob was easy to get away. Yep. But there was so much action in this corner. I see the refs coming together now to discuss what they saw. One of the things that the refs are able to do if they're not 100% sure on the calls, they can go to the cameras. And so on some of those debatable things, there will be times where they go to the camera to review it. But if they're feeling pretty certain on it, they just move on.
Now, from a historical standpoint, the technology has changed so much from when the NSC started to now.
Yes.
So I think I heard you saying that you have bins upon bins of equipment as the technology
Ron's a hoarder. I don't even know what the cords do. It's like, dude, why are you saving this? He's like, I don't know. This guy has every phone that he's ever had saved. He doesn't trade them in. You know how people trade their phones in?
Ron, do you save the box? Yes. Yes, he does.
Ron's our one-man band. It's pretty incredible. I wish the camera could see it because this guy looks like a stock trader. He's got 3 computer screens up right now. He's controlling the house lights. He's controlling the live feed. He's controlling the music. He's DJ. He's doing the insane amount of work. But no, it's pretty awesome. All right, hey, let's get to the 1,000-meter men's final. I expect a lot of fireworks in this. Yep. Lane 1, Matthew Gilley. This guy's hungry. You know, he came into this going, I don't care that I've raced NSC. I've beaten these guys outside of it before. I can beat these guys.
He said, that he was looking forward to contesting for the black suit, which they all are, but I think it's different when you see it.
Absolutely. Miles Mead, we saw what he wants to do. Yes. Now, do you think he changes strategy in this after going out as hard, or do you think you're going to see a very similar
I think he's going to go. Miles likes to go.
He does. Gabe Lyons. Carter was referencing to him as the lion, and the lion was hunting in the back the last time they raced. Gabe Lyons is an athlete who's really hard to race because his acceleration is so good that he can pass you at any point. So he gets more options than other athletes because he can really do it from anywhere in the pack.
Yep.
Spencer Curtis, he's out of Michael Cheeks' camp. He's got a very similar skating style to Michael Cheeks. He's a guy that if he goes up front and you allow him to wind, it's not good for anybody else. That height does so much for those crossovers, and when he really gets going, it's scary.
He has a good mentor with Cheeks, good coach.
Absolutely. Caden Haynes in lane 4. This kid is a monster. At tryouts, he fell down. His tooth gets knocked in half. Directly after the race, I roll over to him. He gives me a big smile. His tooth's in half. I assume he's going to the hospital. He is not. He races the other races because he didn't want to impact not qualifying for the NSC. I'm talking about a monster.
Awesome. That's a kid who wants to compete.
Lane 5, Ashton Hale. Now, what's interesting about these two being together is that these two race each other a lot because they're the same age. Yep. And so outside of the Pro League, when they're racing their normal age divisions, they go head-to-head a lot. So they have a lot of experience competing against each other.
Although they're both up in senior this year in those other age divisions, so we'll see.
It's a little bit different. Here we go with Ryan Dawson on the wall. Now, Ryan is a world medalist. He moved up to the senior world division this year, but on that junior scene, he's one of the few Americans really going out and showing out on the world stage.
Yep.
Okay.
The record for this is 1:30.94, set by Lyons last year.
That time is faster than what Jacob Melton just did in a 5, so they went faster than Jacob if he did that twice in the last. That's to put that in perspective how fast that time is.
It's 9.09 second laps.
for 1,000 meters.
That's amazing.
Viewers at home, if you ever want to see what this feels like to be a speed skater, just go down in a squat position and try to hold it for 130 seconds without actually moving, and you'll figure out really quickly how hard it is for them to stay in that position. That doesn't even include the G-forces around the corner.
Nope.
It looked like these guys almost left out Chris Springer. Now, he's one of the veterans on the field, and Chris, he's one of the smarter racers, right? As Chris is starting to get older, he can't do the things that the younger skaters can, so he has to skate smarter. You're going to watch him take advantage of people's mistakes instead of trying to create all the opportunities.
Yep. He knows that the jockeying will impact the race.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. Are we going to have a clean start? Oh, Miles. And Miles, that wasn't on purpose either. He wants to get out the gate. You can clearly see he wants to push the tempo of this.
Now, do you think Miles is thinking that his strategy is blown because they all know he jumped?
I don't think so.
It could be Gilly. They're pretty close.
Yeah, this is wild. And on the format on this, they're not supposed to put 8 on the line. Like, this is a 6-person, this is supposed to be a 6-person race. And they shoved them all in there. Here we go. All right. Matthew Gilly taking it from the beginning here. Okay, Miles Mead moving up into first. Matthew Gilly in second. Ryan Dawson in third. Gabe Lyons moving up into third. Lots of jockeying already. Miles is back up to the front. Gilly's going to go right back up as well. Spencer and Springer in the back hanging a little bit, but they don't have a lot of time in this race. Here goes Spencer moving up. Gilly keeping the pace fast. Gabe skating a little bit down the center. It's a nice position to skate. If you're not too far in, the refs tend not to call you for blocking, so it's a great way to hold position, but you got to be a little bit careful there not to get called. Matthew Gilly keeping this pace fast. Miles in second, Gabe Lyons in third, Caden Haynes in fourth. You're going to start seeing the back of the pack start getting desperate here. We're going to start seeing some hands getting pushed. As they come around, we got 4 to go. There's some of the hands we were talking about. Miles is moving now. Gabe's got to go chase him. And here we go. And Matthew Gilly moving back. Oh, nope, Gabe holds it. That's the acceleration I was talking about. And Gabe is hunting.
Yes, he is.
Wow, he's coming out there. We got 2 laps to go. Miles Mead's starting to slow it down a little bit, and Gabe's coming. Here we go. We got a race. Does he got enough juice to throw the pass? Miles still looks fairly comfortable. And Caden Haynes came out of nowhere in that third position. Springer down. And we go through the line all the way through. Miles Mead, Gabe Lyons, and Caden Haynes rounding out that field.
31:09 from what we're seeing.
Wow.
Unofficially.
So it slowed down a little bit, but we had an awesome race there. That was so much jockeying, such an interesting race with that many on the line. Chris Springer looking like he might have injured himself on that crash. Hard to say if he's just disappointed or if he hurt himself, but I see him kind of holding his nose there, so might have an injury off of that, but these guys are tough. What a great race.
I love the excitement. And just
Absolutely.
how pumped everyone is.
All right, Valley's getting Gabe Lyons here ready for his interview. And let's switch it over to Gabe for his interview.
All right, Gabe, so amazing race. Early on in that race when you were trying to set yourself up, what was the thought process there?
All right, I was just trying to sit and kind of like hold position. I wanted to make sure that there wasn't too much distance in between me and first, but that didn't end up happening. So I tried to catch back up, and second's where I ended up. Still pretty proud of it. Felt like I had a good race.
So there's nothing you would change if you could go back and change it?
I would have gone up a little bit sooner.
A little bit sooner. Yeah. All right, well, thank you very much. Yeah, that was an awesome race.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Gabe.
We're warming up the men's 1600, the men's 300 final, and the women's 500 final. And we might be getting Miles Mead up here to talk about his race and see what he was thinking as he was going into it. Now, last year, he placed second, and I interviewed him on the floor last year to ask him what he would have done differently.
Yeah.
And immediately, he was like, oh, well, let me tell you.
You know what, though? You know that.
Yes.
You know that immediately after, and that's where the best learning happens. Right after the race is like a great time to go, like, what should I have done? It's tough because there's an emotional aspect, like you want to do your best, but the best athletes are going immediately like, I know where I made the mistake. Like, I didn't lose because I'm not better. I lost because I made a bad decision.
Correct.
And that's where you're seeing the mentality from the best. Like, I have a feeling even in that Gabe's going, I should have probably raced that from the front.
Now, is that something you coach, Miguel? Is that something that it's, here are 2 things I could have done better, or 2 things that did go well?
The biggest thing that we try to make sure that the athlete understands is that the only thing that you get to control are your thoughts. You don't get to control the result. You don't get to control someone pushed your hip. You don't get to controlling those things. But you get to control how you view what happens, and you get to control the way that you're going into the race. What are you thinking about, right? If you're going into that race with the mindset of like, I got to race this person, or my legs don't feel well, you're controlling that aspect of it. And so we're trying to talk to the athletes of like, anytime that happens, reframe it, get that out of your brain, and put something in there that's going to put you in the right direction to win.
I feel like that's good life advice.
Well,
therapy with Miguel.
We coach a handful of pro athletes, but really like most of the coaching happens at the younger levels. And for me as a coach, if we do a great job, what we're hoping for is that they take the things they learn from skating and they apply that in the real world, right? And you see a lot of these athletes, like Brandon Hall is an athlete who's a multiple-time grand champion. He took what he learned from skating and he put it into the real world, and he's doing fantastic.
Yep.
And I kind of laugh because him and Francesca, 2 of the most decorated NSC athletes, are married now with a son.
Awesome.
And if that son puts on skates, we're like,
no pressure.
No pressure, right?
No pressure on everyone, including
no
him.
pressure, Cheska. No pressure, Brandon. But we do want to see Idris on skates.
We have Miles Mead.
Miles with that monster 1,000. We're going to have him jump on the interview here. Tell us what that strategy was.
Getting set up. Good microphone. Miles.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
Good.
Oh, good. Now, so I was telling Miguel that last year you and I were on the floor when you placed second in this race, and I asked you what you would have done differently, and you immediately told me. Now this year, going into it, did you know? Were you going to use last year's experience?
No, I was really watching the heat. I watched Matthew hit the brakes on everyone in the field. He did it for 7 out of the 10 laps, and then I just knew I had to be in front of him, and he never dropped below second when I was there. And then I realized there was 5 laps to go, and just got out of there. So.
Now, how did your legs feel throughout the whole thing?
The last 2 laps were.
Say the 1,000.
I was hurting.
Yeah.
I was hurting for sure. But I felt really good early on in the race, and then the last 2 laps, I saw Gabe on the big screen behind us, closing gaps, and I heard Caden come in. I was like, oh, I'm finna get caught. And I heard the bell, and I was like, all right, there's the second win, and I just took off again. And Gabe was not there to be able to make the pass.
Congratulations, that's really exciting. Now, so moving forward, are you going to try to stay in the top 3 for the rest of your races throughout the night? I know that's something that you really focus on.
I don't know, the 16, I'm starting back line wall. So really just to see where I get off the start line, really. I mean, 16 laps, I don't think it's going to be off rip like a 30 that we do at Nationals, but I think the beginning will be a little bit slower, and hopefully it will slowly build up and it won't be super, super fast.
It'll be good. Well, congratulations. This is your first official formal top win.
Yeah, I've gotten some thirds before, and that was it. But this is my first goal to NSC, and I'm really happy about it. So
congrats.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon. I'll take it. Miles Mead. Miles and I have played a lot of skip-bow in Phase 10 in downtime at races.
That kid, the way he skates, he just floats.
Yes.
Like some of these guys, it looks like they're trying to break the ground, and he looks like he's just skimming the water. And I love the way he skates, and he's so light that he can carry that speed. And we don't talk about that a lot, but there are so many different body types for speed skating, and as long as you know how to make it work for you, you could have a guy 6'4" and a guy 5'6", and they're the same speed, but they skate completely different.
Now, what do you think about the different strategies? I know that some people have thought that if you push into the ground, you're going to get more speed. But then we have some kids here who are like Miles running on water.
And they float, right? But you'll see that the one commonality, regardless if they're really driving into the ground or they look like they're more floating, is that their hips are completely locked. And so that energy going into the ground, I bet you if you measured the power, it's probably equal. It just visually looks so different from the way that they're doing it, right?
Speed skating, it's so technical. There's so much strength involved, strategy. It has everything.
All right, let's get back to the women's 500-meter heats.
We have Natmar Aguilera, Salma Narian, Alicia McBride, and Zakiya Kalista.
And let's see if Zakiya can put this back together, because I could see the disappointment in that last race. And here's Alicia. Alicia's been battling an injury at this event, and you can kind of see it in her. She doesn't look like she's as prepared as she normally is to compete.
She told me that she has to battle, and every time it's different with what's going to happen.
All right, here we go. We're going to have a clean start. All right, we got a clean start here. They're starting this relatively slow for a 500. It's just kind of a little bit of a build. I think, if it's me, I might just go steal it from third, because like that pass right there, there's only 4 people in the race, so it's such a risky, dangerous pass. You only have to beat one person. Now, Salma completely straddled. I have no idea if the referees are going to catch that or not. They'll probably let the race play out and then make the call, but it's a lot of laps, because now if she battles her and takes her out, it's a very interesting race. All right, we're coming around here, bell lap. Alicia McBride not really looking like she's going to push it. I have a feeling that she's just really struggling with an injury.
Yep.
Okay. But she still might make the final, not even pushing it just from that pass there.
Yeah, because you can have one foot on the inside of the cone, but it can't touch the floor.
It has to be up. And our cones aren't very wide, so the way that the straddle works is you just pick your foot up for not even half a second. You pick it up and put it back down. It's not a straddle. But if the foot is on the ground when you cross the plane of the cone,
not good.
That's a straddle.
Not good.
Okay.
They're talking. The
referees are talking.
Moving on to heat number 2.
Lots of nodding.
Number 1, from Burnsboro, Pennsylvania, number 16, Jasmine Foster.
Here we go. Jasmine Foster looks good tonight, right?
She looks good.
Now, you were talking a lot about Mackenzie really pressing Jessica, but Jazzy can press Jessica too in the 800. This is what's great about the format, is that we're kind of seeing them do what they're best at first, and then we have to speculate, well, what happens if both groups do what they're not best at, which is that middle distance race? So it's a very interesting lineup for that. Gabby Pascarella was moving though in the 300.
She looks good.
She moved up quick, and the speed was there. Like, you really saw how fast she can go. Okay.
She said that she's been not training quite as much with the events that have happened recently, and I think it just goes to show her professionalism and great technique. And
you know, when a tragedy to that magnitude happens, you don't know when it's going to hit you emotionally.
Oh, sure.
And that roller coaster, right? Like, I've seen that with the athletes. It's like, okay, everything feels fine, and then whoops, I thought about it, and just wham.
Now, Marina had a good trials.
She did.
She looked strong. She battled with Jessica a fair amount.
I mean, we're at this place now where NSC has such a depth that even the people that you would go, they're not the favorites, it's completely in the realm that they step on a podium, right? So in the early years, there was this large separation. There was athletes that you saw, skate malfunction here. Look at our referees. They're awesome. They're out there patching it up, doing the extra work. But as I was saying here, in the early years, is like you had this separation where you had guys that were world champions, and then you had some guys that you were like, well, you technically qualified because there wasn't really enough to fill the roster. Now I have athletes that I would love to put in the league. They have all the accolades, but we don't have the space. So it's really cramming to the best of the best. And you got a lineup, with men and women that are not even skating in the NSC that could step on podiums here. But as of right now, ranking-wise, they're just not there.
Yep.
Clean start right off the bat. Jazzy taking that early lead with Gabby Pasquarella in second and Shia Saylor in third. And Shia is making that chase. Very similar to the 300, just a little bit more calm here. Jazzy just checking, making sure that she's going to get out clean. Gabby, I think, is just going to sit. Shia's going to go bridge that gap. Mariana not looking very comfortable. Like, she just doesn't look like she's hitting her corners yet with any comfort, and so
it looks. Skate.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a really clean 500 here. Pace isn't that fast. Now, if I was Gabby, I probably would have passed her first just so I have a better lane.
Yep.
Well, she did. She heard me.
Jazzy's laughing.
Yeah, it's just, when you get to the final, I would prefer a closer position to cone. So
less distance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now these athletes get to choose their numbers that you see on their uniform.
Yeah.
And they also get to choose their colors. And talking to some of the athletes, why did you pick your number? Why did you pick your colors? What's the significance? And it's pretty cool to hear some of the the stories and the background and the wants for those numbers. Jazzy, for example, is either in 2016 or she was 16.
Oh, okay.
And that's why she picked 16.
Yeah.
And then she likes the color purple.
And yeah, exactly. When the athletes pick their colors and they go blue, you're like, there's a lot of blues.
There's a lot of blue.
You got to give me the Pantones because, I learned that early on. Like, you get something like, this isn't what I was thinking. I'm like, well, there's a lot of options here.
Same with the pinks.
Okay, this race is going to be really different from what we're seeing because typically we don't put this many on the line for an endurance race. The amount of athletes for this event, like I was saying, like we didn't want to leave some of those athletes out that we thought could win. And so on this 1600, because there's more laps, we're going to run 2 lines on the starting line. And so you're going to see a ton of athletes out here racing, which means
Miguel is getting some information.
Yeah, I'm mixing up our schedule right now. We're on the 300. We're on the firefight. We're on the firefight. I'm looking at my schedule and misreading that here. No, this one's all gas, no brakes, Story. All gas, no brakes.
Now the 300-meter record, I like numbers, is a 25:57. That's an 8.523 average.
Oh my gosh! Does it show what year it's set? Because that one's an old one. 2012. And what makes that record even more incredible is that technology has changed so much throughout the years, and you had athletes at that speed during that time. All right, let's get into this. Jacob Anderson, lane 1. Jacob Melton, lane 2. Junior Pasquarella, lane 3. Axel Moore, lane 4. Jamie Hayes, lane 5. And KJ Campbell, lane 6.
Who are you picking? This is a tough one.
Shoot. I'm going to go with Jacob Melton just because I think he's the highest likely to win the start. But watch Junior. Junior's tricky. On the last lap, Junior will do stuff that's not really there, and he'll make it work. Jamie Hayes with the jump. Well, we'll see. I predict it to be Jamie Hayes with the jump.
It was pretty close. I was asking some of the athletes interesting facts about themselves, And did you know that Jacob Melton is a very talented gamer? And so is Axel Moore.
Like what level of talent?
That's what I want to ask him. Like, what does
like,
that mean?
Is he just like flexing, or is like this kid like one of those world ranked gamers?
He's probably like world ranked.
Here we go. Okay. Oh, here we go. Now Junior in second is dangerous for Jacob Melton because what he can do with his passes.
Yep.
Here we go, 200 meter to go. They are moving right now. Here it is. This is what I'm talking about. He can pass if he wants to throw it. He backed off a little bit. He's going to find that space. He's going to look for this pass here. No, he hit the cone. He missed the pass.
Anderson didn't try.
Wow, Jacob Melton, he's just counting his wins. He's counting his wins. That's his third NSC win, and he's counting them up.
Yes, he is.
Junior was setting up his pass on that last corner, and he nicked that cone. Had he not, that last corner would have been, who knows?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm looking at a 25.72, but that's unofficial.
Wow. Yeah, he's anything under 26 is crazy.
And KJ, he's got to get his feet underneath him.
Those nerves.
Yep.
Those nerves. You know, because what the nerves do is you should pass on the next straightaway, but then an opportunity opens up and you don't have the patience to wait, and then you do the stupid thing that you shouldn't do, but you're so nervous that you don't know you're going to get the opportunity again.
Yep.
And the experience allows you to calm down and go, I know what's going to happen.
You know, I asked Pasquarella what's the best advice he'd ever received, and he said that you need to not panic and make smart decisions by taking a second to think about it.
Yeah.
Which is easier said than done.
It's great advice.
It is great advice.
Junior getting a moment with his sister. All right, let's hear from Junior here. I want to hear what we got from that race.
All right, so the Pasquarellas are 2 for 2 on sprint night tonight. What was going through your head in that race?
Man, I was just stressing about the start. Like, it's a 3 lap, so if you don't break clean off that start, it's very rough. It just gets real chaotic. And luckily, Jacob got that clean start, and I was right behind him, and Anderson, who got third off the line, wasn't close enough to create that contact. So we were able to just book it off the first lap, and we generated speed. And once you get to speed in a race like that, like we ran an 8.3 on lap 2. It's hard to throw anything at that point.
Well, I think you definitely made a good race out of the carnage, and congratulations.
He's absolutely right.
Yep.
For the viewers at home, throwing a pass at an 8.3 second lap is like going, I think I can get to the other side through traffic on my feet. Like, those cars come a lot faster than you're expecting to. You have a split decision, and at those speeds, you also have to consider your bodily harm, because if you don't make that right decision, it's not going to go well. All right, we got the women lining up here for their 1,000-meter final.
Now the record with this one is 1:37.59 by Corey Stoddard.
Corey Stoddard, shout out to Corey Stoddard.
And that's a 9.76 per lap average.
Corey Stoddard, who is also, in my opinion, one of the girls that you would have to count on Mount Rushmore, is chasing her Olympic dream and has been doing incredibly well on the ice scene at the world level, and we're hoping the best for her at this upcoming games. It's very possible she medals at the Olympics.
So cool.
All right. They are almost ready to go. And we are about to rock and roll here. Oh, I can feel the nerves. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Now, unlike the 1600, the way that Mackenzie raced the 1600 would work very well for the 1000. I'm curious to see if she's going to adjust her strategy or if she's just going to go right off the gate. Because she was talking about, she's like, I know I can pound laps.
Yep. I bet she goes.
But we got, you know, we don't sleep on Michaela and Gracie. They were right in that last race. Okay, here we go. Right off the line. Mackenzie right off the bat. She likes to open it up. And Mackenzie's one of those athletes who can do both sprint and do distance. So she's liking to open up some of these distance races with a little bit faster of a pace. I don't think Michaela's going to sit there. I think she's looking to start moving up right now. And here we go. Mackenzie Robinson doesn't want to get off of Jessica Brooks' shadow. It's a bad idea. She either wants to be in front of her or directly behind her. She doesn't want any separation on this. And Michaela Lyons is kind of thinking the same thing. Oh, we got some bump in here. Like we talked about, Sadhana's going to come in here and mix it up. She doesn't care that she's a lot younger than the other skaters.
Yeah, it's like these young guys just send it.
All right, we're coming around with 500 meters to go. Mackenzie Robinson leading the way. Jessica Brooks in second. Michaela Lyons in third. Tori Weber in fourth. But I said don't sleep on Gracie. She's still got a lot of juice in her legs. And here's Gracie and Michaela moving up. And Mackenzie Robinson looking for the double pass. I think Michaela's going to just go from here. Jessica Brooks is going to look to sit. And Mackenzie Robinson's looking for that double pass with Jessica Brooks. Here we go. We got 200 meters remaining. And now can Michaela stick her?
She is.
As we come around, we got 1,000 meters remaining, and Michaela's right on her tail. But Mackenzie Robinson's looking for that pass too, and Michaela's looking for it. And here's Mackenzie. All the way. Wow. Sadhana is the story here. She was in the right position. She capitalized off of that, and she is juiced. Jessica Brooks, it's just another day at work.
Yep, no problem.
Just another day at work. And Mackenzie, I think, is okay. She's just going to gather herself. But, hey, she had to go for it. And that shows you the level of athlete that she is. She isn't settling for third place.
Nope. And better to throw it than not.
That pass wasn't even close to there, and she went for it. What a beast.
You know, the old adage of pass or be passed is so it's like, oh no.
If you're sitting,
yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah, we got a problem. Wow. Yeah. Mackenzie getting off the floor a little slowly here. Nice tear in her suit. That's the thing, guys. In this sport, you don't wear any protection other than a helmet.
Nope.
This isn't like a motorcycle where you got leather on. They're literally wearing like a spandex suit, and this floor is a special coating that's designed to make it grip. And unfortunately, if your skin hits the floor, it also comes off.
It sticks and it stays.
It absolutely does.
And it's a burn. It stays with you for a while.
It's a horrible burn. All right, I think we got Jacob Melton coming back on stage, ready for his interview as they do the 1,600 meter lineup here. We'll jump on with Jacob.
How you doing?
Oh, good. And you?
Here, come stand right here.
I got you.
Face this way.
Wow.
How you doing?
It's a familiar spot from last year. Same suit.
Yes.
I'm happy. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So tell me about the start of the race. Did you like your position on the line?
So I really wanted Cone because I know Anderson is such a fast start. Like me and him were neck and neck. I'm like, crap. I need to get the priority over him. And I guess today I got the better of him off the start, and I loved it. I hit the first cone. I was like, let's go. This is great.
Now, while the women were skating the next race after yours, you were still practicing the start right here on the stage behind us. How important was it to get going?
Oh, it's mandatory. If you win the start, you're guaranteed a medal, if not a win. And for me to do that back-to-back years, knowing, all right, I need to win the start. All right, I need to be first to the cone. It's mandatory. It's important. And for me to do it, I'm so super excited, and really, it was amazing.
Now, do you have a little bit more pressure this year by being the grand champion?
Of course.
Yes.
I feel the pressure on myself, but it's amazing feeling. It's the more I care, the more pressure I have, the more I care. I just love the sport. I want to always do good, and for me to have the technical black suit, it's a crazy feeling. So I'm really grateful for that.
Well, congratulations, Jacob. I'm sure we will see you soon.
For sure.
Good luck on the next one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Jacob Melton. So fast. So fast.
Jumping right back into the action, 1,600 meter. Now, what we were talking about this before is that this has a ton of athletes on the line.
And this is the first year that it's been this setup.
Yeah, we typically do not run it this way. The closest thing we did to this is we ran 2 lines on a rolling start, 1 lane on the outside, 1 lane on the inside.
What year was that?
Oh, gosh. More than 5 years ago, I feel like. But we figured, that doesn't really make sense because we have records and a rolling start really impacts race. Luckily,
Sure.
they didn't break a record.
Sure.
But we didn't think that through very properly. Okay.
I bet it was exciting to watch, though.
Okay.
Now, at distance, the line placement isn't quite
as important,
as crucial, but it's still important.
Well, you can get dead last in the 1,600 meter off the start and still win. Only a handful of people can get dead last on a sprint race and win, but not very many can do that.
I don't know. It's the NSC. I feel like
yeah.
everyone good.
Look at this lineup here. It's the entire endurance field. Ryan Dawson, Matthew Gilley, Dayton Ristine, Jeffrey Puckett, Ashton Hale, Chris Springer. I actually got word that it's possible Chris broke his nose on that fall, and he's back out there. So that's pretty incredible. Gabe Lyons on the back line, Julian Rimby next to him, Caden Haynes, Miles Mead, and Spencer Curtis rounding it out. All right, here we go. Oh, and we're jumping in 1600s?
Chris Springer's face isn't...
He looks okay.
Isn't swollen and black and blue.
No, he looks okay. You know how the hype goes, though.
Yep.
He told someone he hurt his nose, it got back to us, and his nose fell off.
He also lost a hand.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. All right. We are off and running. Now, they're running the start relatively hard. Gabe was on the back line and got second on the start, so Ryan Dawson's going for it immediately. I don't know if I would wait to chase. Like, I'd probably go get him right now because this is what Ryan wants. He's just going to open the field up, and this is wild. Oh, they are everywhere right now. Everybody is super handsy.
Oh, look at Gilley slowing down. Interesting.
This is interesting, and I'm not sure if Gilley's intentionally doing that because he doesn't want to chase.
You know, they both skate out of Milton, Florida.
Yep. And it's very unlikely that they team skate just because you can't make the money. Also, it's one of the bigger penalties for the NSC. But it is a very hard penalty to figure out if they are team skating or not.
Ryan, slow down.
Okay. The whole field's back in the race now. Ryan Dawson thought about it, but he brought it back in.
That goes back to the whole don't panic.
Absolutely. As they come around here, 700 meters remaining. Now Miles is starting to push the pace here again. Here we go. Miles is ready to push this. I don't know if he's going to come back though, or is he? Oh, okay. Miles Mead in first, Ryan Dawson in second. Jeffrey Puckett, don't count this guy out. He's got a motor on him. He's like the Energizer Bunny.
And he can pass.
And he can pass. Here it is. That's what you just talked about. He's throwing the double pass. This guy literally lives by the slogan, throw the pass.
He said that's all he ever hears.
That's all. He made a T-shirt out of it. Now we're seeing so much jockeying happening right now. Caden Hayes is trying to push the pace. This is a very interesting race because we have seen several guys attack and then shut it back down, and then we see attacking again. And Ryan went a little too early.
It's Ashton moving up to
Caden
second.
Hayes, Miles Mees, and Matthew Gilly with that. Oh, here's Ashton Hale with the move, and Caden Hayes, the two that I said like to battle, the two youngsters. Bell lap here, and are we going to throw a pass, or are we going all the way? And Chris Springer in the third position. What an insane race. I couldn't even follow the race because so many times during that race you had attackers, and almost every attacker didn't make it to the end. Miles Mead attacked that race. Ryan Dawson attacked that race. Jeffrey Puckett went up. Ashton Hale is juiced right now. Wow.
It's such a stacked field. How could you not be?
That was an incredible race. Well, hey, let's jump back here with Jessica Brooks, get her interview. But what an incredible race.
I'll make sure your microphone's good. All right, Jessica, good to see you again.
Yes.
Walk me through your race.
My whole strategy was just to save as much energy as I could. Go really easy, follow, and possibly even take the lead if need be. So.
Yep. Now it seems like you really like to hang out in second. Mm-hmm. Is that pretty standard?
Yeah, I mean, I could always hang out in third too, but it's a little riskier, but I'd prefer to be in second or first. I'll take the lead if I have to, but only if I need to.
Now, last year we were talking about, well, I guess last November we were talking about you were very time-driven in your training. Mm-hmm. And is that something that you have continued this year? Are you trying to keep, how are your times looking in your training?
They were looking good before this event. They weren't spectacular. That's why I told you before I was a little insecure about the race, but they were good enough. That's all it took, I guess.
Yeah. Now, so how are you feeling for your 100?
Ooh, I know I ran a good time at practice, so I know what I'm capable of. Will I do it is the question. Yeah. I don't know.
Do you feel extra pressure now that you've set that record?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't think I'll hit it. I know I won't. It's going to be hard for anybody to hit that, but I definitely think I can get very close.
Now, how does the floor feel? Is it pretty fast? Is it?
It's okay. I mean, okay. I liked last year better.
Yeah, you did.
But it is okay. It's not bad at all, by all means.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll see you soon.
I hope so. Thank you.
Good job. Next, we're going to go to Valley Holmes, and she has Caden Haynes with her.
All right, so we got Caden here. That was an absolutely insane race. A lot of guys, a lot of passing. Did you have a strategy in that?
I just want to stay up front or close to it and not fall.
And we just found out live. Congratulations, you were part of that record.
Yeah, the cone came out of nowhere almost.
You skated a fantastic race. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we got Michaela here as well. Fantastic race. It was awesome to see you pull off a second. Did you have any strategy going into that race? Did it change up? Was there anything you would have changed?
Not really. I was just kind of going in there to have fun, mix it up, do what I could do.
Yeah. How does it feel?
Feels good.
Good.
I'm a little scared. Trying to stay on my feet there.
Yeah. No, I thought you did a fantastic job. So congratulations. Good job.
Thank you.
Wow, we just got news. Ashton Hale with a new record. Absolutely insane. That record was from 2011. We're waiting on Ashton right now to get that interview. But what an incredible event. All right, we'll have Ashton on here in a second. All All right, let's get this headset on Ashton and get his interview here. Go ahead here, Ashton. There you go. Man, Ashton, that race was wild. How did you feel here with how many people were on the line? It was such an interesting dynamic here with all of those athletes on the line. It looked like people were attacking race after race. He doesn't have audio. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now, Ashton?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear yourself? I can hear you.
I can hear myself.
Okay, perfect. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Do you have audio?
I can't hear you still.
Here, let's try a different headset. Ron, can you go to headset? I think you're on 3. Let's try this one and see if you can hear. Can you hear, Ashton?
Yes,
Okay,
I can.
perfect. Yeah, so we're right on here. In that race, it looked like attack after attack after attack. Walk me through that.
Dude, honestly, after that first 1,000 meter, I was just completely locked up. I was just going to try and hang on, and just got lucky, I guess. I don't know.
Did you hear that you broke the record?
I did.
Did you hear whose record you broke?
I do not.
You broke Justin Stelly's record from 2011, dude. What an incredible thing. Hey, but I just want to tell you congratulations. We got to get back to racing, man.
Yes,
what
sir.
an incredible race.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's get back into this here. We are ready to rock. We are off and running here with this race. Jasmine Foster right out of the gate. Gabby Pascarella in second, chasing her down. Oh, we have a big crash. I think they're going to stop the race here. We have a pretty big crash. Jasmine Foster moving with it here. Gabby Pascarella right on her heels. As they come around here, we got 200 meters remaining. Gabby might be able to get her. Jasmine is pushing that pace. As they come around, it's the bell lap. Jasmine skating down the center. Gabby's looking for it, but Jasmine's got the juice. Selma coming up quick in third place. We had some carnage happen in that race. It looked like 2 of the athletes crashed pretty hard. Shia Saylor and Nat Mara. I hope they're okay.
Gabby's looking good.
Yeah.
We're not.
Gabby's looking fast. There we go. What a great race that was. I just got done interviewing Ashton and told him the news that he broke that 1,600 meter record that he took from Justin Stelly from 2011.
They're so fast.
The technology keeps improving. The wheels look like they're hooking up, and the athletes are bringing it to that next level. Yeah, as we're talking here, but what an incredible night so far.
Yes.
What has been your favorite event?
Oh, I mean, that 1,600 was pretty awesome. To see that many high caliber athletes.
It was such a cat and mouse game, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
You see the attack, you're like, oh, he's not coming back. Ryan Dawson early.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to hold that pace. He comes off of it. Miles Mead looks for the opportunity.
Same thing.
When we interviewed Ashton said, I was done. I didn't think I had the juice. And then the race played out, and it seemed to work out for him, and then the second win came out.
He's so excited.
He was so excited.
That's awesome.
I love that because it's as genuine as it can be.
Yes.
You can tell the celebrations that were planned, and you can tell the celebrations like, whoa, I won.
This is awesome.
That's pure emotion, right?
Now, how about your race?
The 1,600 probably has been my favorite so far. Yeah, that was just so much strategy to it, and trying to kind of map out everything that they were doing and try to keep track of that. That action was just nonstop.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Now, what are you looking forward to moving forward?
I love the flying hundreds.
Yep.
You get so much out of them, and it's like back to back to back to back, and you get to see the hype, you get to see the athlete's personality. At the end of the day, right, like my favorite race is always going to be the 800. I built the format around this crazy idea that people should be able to specialize, and then let's see what happens when we want to see who the best specialists are when they both get to race each other in something that's not a specialized race. So
you're winning sprint and endurance.
And putting that together and going, this is funky for both of you. Who's the best of the best?
Yeah.
Right? And we don't get to see that very often, right? There's not a time where you're going to see Usain Bolt.
No, running against a marathoner.
You're not going to see it, right? It's kind of more the fantasy matchup, right? Like, what happens if we do this? And we're like, hey, we'll build it.
Right.
We'll see what it looks like.
Right.
So
because you can.
Yeah, because we can, right? And that's the whole thing of this is like we do entertainment sports. That's what we do. So the format is built for that, right? We put on a great show, and in my opinion, this is the most exciting racing sport, right? Like in everything else, you don't really get the lane changes like you do, right? Like people love swimming and you watch that high level swimming. At the end of the day, you could walk next to the pool as fast as Michael Phelps can actually go, right?
Like,
you know, I love track and field, but you're not going to get the carnage that you do with this, right? So you get kind of this mix of a lot of these sports, right? That mix of NASCAR where you get the lane changes, you get the mix of track and field, but you get it all at the same time.
Yeah.
And the intimacy of this too is so incredible. You can feel the wind. You can feel all of that going.
I keep getting goosebumps.
Exactly. So, but hey, it looks like they got Gabby on deck for an interview. Let's pass it over to Gabby, and let's hear what they have to say.
All right, Gabby, so 2 for 2. Yeah. How are we feeling?
Honestly, pretty tired, but I'm okay.
Is there anything you would change in that one? Because I thought you skated fantastic.
I know. Thank you. Most definitely, I would have changed a few things. After that fall, there ended up being like a little slick spot in the corner, so I used my advantage in this corner when someone hit the cone to kind of skate in, and I caught up to Jazzy, and I was gonna chill on her right here and then go around her right here, but then I hit that slick spot, so it threw me off balance, so it let her escape for me a bit, but that's okay, it happens.
I got you. Well, good job in your race, and congratulations on your second medal.
Oh, and who is this for?
We have Natmar Aguilera getting carried off the floor. We hope she's okay.
Let's get Jazzy on here for her interview.
Jasmine Foster.
Yeah.
Do you know what you did?
No, I mean.
All right. So at the NSC 30, Erin Jackson ran a 46.71.
Yeah.
You now have the new record.
Well, we're working on it because at Mackenzie we thought we were good last year, so we're gonna see.
You're gonna see. Well, word on the street is that you got it. So tell me about your race. Let's walk through the whole thing.
I mean, just going from the start, I knew it was gonna be me and Gabby. I was starting to die, and I was waiting for her because she's got that last kick at the end. I was like, she's gonna pass me. I'm really trying to push as hard as I can out of the turns. So.
And it looks like you're having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is again exciting to see. All right. So next you have the 100. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think as long as my goal is just to improve from last year. I was a little disappointed in it, but we'll see how it works.
Do you have any guesses for your time?
No, I don't like to guess my times beforehand.
Yeah, because you never know.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, you have your GC race as well. How are you feeling about the Grand Championship?
I mean, this year there's a lot of heavy hitters in it, so it's anybody's, race with it. Anything can happen.
I think you're looking pretty good, Jazzy.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll see. We'll get the official word,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure that you're on the books.
Hope so.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you. See, I'm more impressed that the athletes can come up. Oh, they're on the line.
Ron, I don't have audio. Here we go. All right, they're on the line. Looked like we had pretty bad injury in that last race with two of the athletes. And, unfortunately, this is the name of the sport. I mean, you're standing next to someone who 3 months ago broke my ankle and collarbone, not even doing anything dangerous. I was just cooling down.
You were cooling down.
I was cooling down.
If it makes you feel any better, I broke my collarbone warming up. So bad. Just hit the wall.
You know, I went a long time thinking I was invincible, but nope. All right, here we go. Lights are coming up. Oh, and we got a jump.
This is the men's 500-meter final.
And Jacob's looking for more wins. He's just so confident right now. You can feel it. You can feel that confidence. But Jacob Anderson's not going to give it to him easy, and Junior was hot on his heels, right? Like, so if he adjusts off of that, we could see a different race. Also, Jacob's not going to be able to sprint the whole 5 unless there's jockeying. So if it's a clean line out, he can't run the whole 5, or he's going to get passed on the last lap. So this is here we go. All right, clean start. Donovan Sellers with a nice line out on the outside here, and he's running the outside pretty hard. And Donovan Sellers in second place here with Jacob Melton in first. 3 Florida guys right up in the front. Jacob Melton's moving. Donovan is right on his heels though. Junior Pascarella's comfy. Here we go. Jacob is getting away from him though. Jacob is getting away from him. And Jacob Anderson in the back. Here we go. Junior looking for his move. He's going to move up into second here, but he's not going to have that time to go and chase Donovan. Bell lap here.
Looking back.
Oh, here we go. Jacob is going to do his celebration. He's ready to go. And Donovan Sellers back on the podium. Junior Pascarella in third. 43.49. That is a very respectable time. Unofficially. The record is in the 42s, though.
42.73.
42.73. That's a whole nother beast. Now, he probably he could have gone 2-3 tenths faster had someone been on his heels. He checked on that last corner, looked for it, made sure he had the distance, gave himself a little bit of time for his celebration. So, great sportsmanship from the athletes. They're taking the time in the crowd. But a lot of these guys, they've known each other since they're little kids. They've been racing each other for a very long time. And on the track, you can't tell when they're racing that they're friends, but a lot of them, they have history there. They're training partners, relay partners. There's so much dynamic that goes into this.
Well, my understanding that Pascarella helps coach Jacob Melton.
Jacob Melton, he does. He really took Jacob under his wing, and so that mentorship's been incredible for that. It looks like Donovan's trying to catch his breath. We'll give him a second before he jumps on the interview, but well, we'll see. Maybe he gets to do the interview tired. All right, well, let's jump over to Donovan, and let's get his take on that last race.
So we got Donovan here. He got second place in that last race. So what was going through your mind in that one?
Just trying to stay with Jacob and hopefully no one passes me.
If there was anything in that race you could have changed, would you change anything?
No.
Just
train harder next time.
Train harder. I feel that. So.
Oh, they cut that interview short. Donovan got the hook. I don't know if they meant to do that, but not a man of many words.
Valley Holmes was how many time NSC participant?
Well, that's a great thing about what we do is that we have a lot of passionate people around us, and when they don't want to compete any longer, we're including them into the event. All right, so let's check this out here. It looks like we are moving on to our live performance. We will get an interview from Jacob shortly after, but let's kick over to our live performance. You're on tonight. I'm so fucking sorry, dude. I've told everybody how bad I feel.
now? Yep, we're good.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm here with Jacob Melton, your 500-meter champion.
Nice seeing you again, Miss Tori. Wow, this was an unexpected race for me. Yes, ma'am.
Why? Now tell me why.
Well, because that 300, I was like, my coach is on me. Now I have Donnie, I have Anderson coming out for blood. I was like, I don't know if I can get the start or I don't know if I can hold on. And I just kind of took it easy after like the first 2 laps. I was like, let's go, it's 3 laps to go. I already did this once, let's do it again. And I started building and building. I was like, okay, I'm feeling nice. And I look at the board, I just see my teammates. I'm like, if they catch me, I'm bombed, but I'm in the lead, so let's just hope I can hold off. And it was amazing to see me win, but not only that, but my coach, my mentor / buddy, coach, whatever you want, Donovan and Junior, it was amazing seeing them as well.
Now, you had said that you have been working more on your strategy since moving up in the age groups. Was that part of your strategy, or were you just going as it was going? It
was a mix of both. The strategy, just because I have veterans like Donovan, he's relentless. He's that guy who can throw a pass at an 8.4 and stick it and win the race. So I'm like, oh crap, like I have to be aware for Donnie. And then I have Junior, who's feeling amazing right now, who's looking out of this world. Anderson, it's Anderson, and he's just the fastest guy. So respect to all of them. But yeah, like you said, it was a mix of both, but really happy with how it turned out.
Now, did you practice this?
Ooh, I wouldn't say I practice it, just I keep racing it.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite races, yes ma'am, indoor and outdoor.
That's awesome, that's awesome. Well, you have the 100 coming up. How are you feeling?
I'm happy, but it's not my best race. But I can't make excuses. I'm gonna go out there, do my best, and see if I can get a 3 for 3. And then it's gonna be amazing feeling in the 8-lapper, having the distance guys again. So we're hoping for that.
Yep.
We want the 8-lapper again. We want to hold our black suit, and then next year, me and Miguel have agreement. If I hold on to it, it'll be a big surprise for next year.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, then I hope that happens.
I hope so too. Thank you.
Always a class act. Jacob Melton, congratulations. Any shout outs you'd like to do?
My mom, my amazing mom, my stepmom, my coaches in the race, and not to mention my beloved coach, Miss Stephanie. Yep. She may be here in person. I hate to bring it up, but she was an amazing woman, and what we do for her is impeccable right now for me. So I really love everyone in my corner, but those special people. And shout out to Junior, my main man, my brother, everyone. Just thank you.
Good job, Jacob. Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, and NSC. Can't forget about NSC. Sorry.
Good plug. Talk to you soon. All right. We got Jacob Melton. Miguel is deep in conversation. I think we're reviewing a few different things. And right now, the floor is getting cleaned, which is so great for the athletes. That way they are gripping, making sure So with the flying 100s, it's a little tricky because it's all about timing. And I'm a distance person, so the flying 100, you know, you get 1 lap to build up.
Yeah.
And then you go. And if I were to be doing the flying 100, I would try to make the world's biggest lap for the build-up to try to get as much distance as possible.
Absolutely. The biggest mistake that you see with the flying 100 is this idea that they think that they're going to build at the last corner, but you got to remember, if they cross that plane and they're not already at 100% of their speed, they left time on the table, right? And oftentimes the athletes can't figure that part out because it feels like you're going faster when you're accelerating than when you're already up to top speed. So the early athletes you'll see make a lot of mistakes, but the veterans, you'll watch them run the 100 and you're like, oh, they've done it a bunch of times.
They know.
Yeah.
They know.
It's a great race, though, and this race, though, right, like you'll get guys like Cameron James who had a lot of stuff happen in here, but he won the last 100, right? So we know that he's one of the fastest guys on the floor. 8.3.
Yep.
Like
so fast.
So fast, and he gets a buy into it. So even though he may not have made, and we need to see the results, but even though he may not have made this 100 because he won the last one, He's in it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the physics of holding the corner at these speeds and what that does. We've talked about the leg burn. We've talked about, trying to get your hip in, but I think that, all these components,
pattern,
especially in the 100.
Pattern, so much the pattern for inline speed skating. It matters so much because when you get off, it's like dancing with a partner and you guys are on a different rhythm. When you find your pattern on the rink, you really can find that flow. And you've seen Miles Mead do that tonight. Yes. Like, it's such a consistent flow. Every step on the track is replicated. So when he's planting that left on the cone, it's planted there and it's happening lap after lap after lap. And we're seeing that consistency.
Yep. I talked to a lot of the athletes and I was asking them about their 100 and what they were going to focus on. And even not even the 100, all the races, they were saying that it's that step into the corner that's the most important.
Because you have to take risks to get to the times that you want to get in a pack style race. You might go, well, if I roll in here, there's nowhere to pass in the corner, so the pack has to run into me, and if they run into me, I can run out. But in a time trial, you're going to take steps on the track where you would never take it when you're pack style racing,
sure.
But those steps come with a lot of risk because you'll see people that go to take that first step like you're talking about, and then the skates go.
They're gone. Now let's talk about overskating, because you can overskate the straightaway.
Absolutely.
And that throws off the entire corner.
Absolutely. The timing as you're really pushing those times and you're finding yourself swinging that a little bit wide. I think we're already on. Here we go. We got the 100-meter ready to rock and roll here. And guys, we only have the 100 meters and the grand champion left. The event is flying by.
Well, time flies when you're having
Graceland
fun.
getting a little bit of clarification from the ref on how her build-up works. And here we go. Graceland coming out for her build-up lap. All right, as these house lights come on. Okay, so Tori, this is the build lap. When she comes back around, she's going to be on the clock.
Graceland is 21 years old. Wearing number 95 from California.
Here we go, and she's on the clock. She's moving though. This is going to be a great first time. Anything in the low 9s, under 9 is a fast time. 9.28, that's a very respectable first time. I don't think it's going to do it tonight, but that's a great bar to be set.
Time. Just go so fast.
It's wild when I say that time isn't going to do it tonight, right?
It's so fast.
Erin Jackson was the first woman athlete to ever break under 9 seconds, and after she's done it, it's just toppled, right? And you kind of see that in sports, right? You need someone to do it, and then it just goes and goes and goes.
Now, last year Jessica won with an that's the record is an 8.583, but last year she ran an 8.6.
Yeah, very close to her original record, so she's doing those times pretty consistently.
It's like a surprise.
Yeah, I think they're getting some coaching back there before they run out for these hundreds.
So we have Salma Narayan. She is from Dallas, Texas. She's 19 years old.
Yep, and she skipped a lot of those, a lot of the crowd interaction and went straight into business.
She's focused.
All right, here's her build lap, and she's starting to get it going here, and she's on the clock. Let's see how this corner goes. Rolled it a little bit into the line. We have a new leader, 9.01. That's the unofficial though again, right? So, yes. But these are going to be pretty close to the officials. You might see the deeper decimal places move, but 9.01 is probably pretty close to what the real time is. The reason why you see this on the unofficial is we have two things happening right now. We have two simultaneous timers. One's to make sure that the viewers at home can see the time, and then we have the official timer that's on there, and that goes directly to a camera where the officials review that to make sure that the time is 100% accurate.
Technology is just cool.
Technology is cool, and like we were talking about when we first started, we couldn't even provide nearly this experience in the early years of NSCs that we can now, just from technology improving. Michaela Lyons having a pretty good night tonight. You saw her battle with Jessica Brooks. She's coming out here with a lot of confidence, ready to rock and roll.
She's 20 years old from Bonnie Lake, Washington.
I've had the pleasure of coaching Michaela for many years and watched her develop. She's a workhorse. First one out, every single drill. There's no days where she doesn't go hard. She's really looking to put it down here. All right, she's on the clock. Great first corner. Let's see what this next one looks like. That's the risk you were talking about. Stepped all the way to the cone, and we're running to the line. Okay. Well, we did get one of the timers, and one of them didn't trip, but we got the 911 unofficially. It looks like they did get the official time, but for whatever reason, their timer looks like it's still running. All right, here we go.
Zakia's 18.
She's looking to do something, right? She's had a pretty rough event. She's going out quick. She's not messing around at all.
Fast high fives.
Right out the bat, she's ready to go. When she comes around, she's going to be on the clock. She's building early like we talked about. Here we go, all the way through, and she is on the clock, moving.
Coming from Wisconsin.
Let's see, can she put it down? And we have, ooh, 8.98.
She looked over when she crossed the finish line. She knew.
Tori, we're having an athlete running 8.98 where we're talking about where those nerves get away in the real racing. You take everybody else out of there, and you can see she's clearly one of the fastest athletes. Like I said when we started this, anything under 9 is blazing fast. So this is going to be hard to beat.
Yep.
Wow.
She said she's been focusing a lot on her mental game this year.
That's going to give her some of the confidence that she needs to carry over into the other races. Okay, here's Gabby. Gabby's soaking in the moment a little bit, right?
Yes, she
Where
is.
Zakia went out there, just sprinted out. Gabby's taking a little bit more time, making sure that the audience is acknowledging it. And as we come around, the kids love that. Look at the kids. They're hanging out in the up front row. This is really what it's about. The interesting story here is Jacob Melton, our current grand champion, used to be one of those kids watching these races.
Yeah, there's a picture with his head.
On the clock, Gabby Pascarella. She's actually really moving. I'm expecting under 9 for this as well. Great second corner all the way through, and we got an 8.95. What was Zakia's? Was it an 8.98?
8.98.
We have a new leader, unofficially.
She's 17.
17 years old, Gabby Pascarella putting it down.
Orlando.
There we go. But as we were talking about, there's this iconic photo of Jacob Melton, and you can't actually see his face. He's sitting in the crowd with an NSC cap backwards, and all you can see is him just being locked in watching, and he can't be, I don't know, 9 years old, maybe 10 years old. And this kid now is our NSC grand champion.
And
Mackenzie Robinson coming out. And she's going to take that time, too, and enjoy the moment. That's the thing is, like, as you do more and more of these events from the athlete's perspective, you do come to the realization a little bit, like, I should enjoy this, right? Like, this is what I do it for, soak this in. All these people are here to watch me.
In any other race, in any other country, is nothing like this.
No.
I mean, I would soak it up, too. Mackenzie is 20 from Memphis, Tennessee.
Here we go. She's starting to build. I don't know if her build's too late, though. She did a really late build. Really late build, but she's moving. She definitely wasn't up to speed when she went across that clock. Wow.
She's down.
She's down. She doesn't care. Look at her. Oh, my gosh. Look at that. That is awesome. That is awesome. She didn't care. She slid for home.
Now, she ran an 8.7 last year.
8.798's the official time. Wow. And listen, she would have went a lot faster. She wasn't at 100% speed when she crossed that line. So that a technical error could cost her the win on this. Okay, we're getting down to the end of the roster here. Jasmine Foster. I'm expecting under a 9-second lap on this too for Jazzy. What's do we have Jasmine's personal best for this?
Yes, it is an 8.822.
Okay.
Which
so she has to go faster than she's ever gone to beat Mackenzie Robinson, but she can do
looks
it.
good tonight. Jazzy's 25 from Birdsboro, Pennsylvania.
All right, here we go. She did an early build here, a little bit different than Mackenzie. She's going through that line. She's on the clock now, and she's cruising. Big steps from Jasmine Foster as she goes through the line. Can she do it? 8.8 unofficially. But hey, we got an 8.79 on one of the clocks, 8.8. We need to hear it. Let's see if what we have it.
Ooh, the suspense.
Oh my gosh, Jazzy did it. Did you? I don't know if you guys heard that on the live feed. 8.790.
And Mackenzie had an 8.798.
When we were talking about the margins on that camera where you're going, well, what's actually the distance from that? Nothing. Like
No.
you can't
No.
find that on a measuring.
There's your piece of hair.
Yeah, there's your piece of hair. Now, what did we talk about prior to that? Mackenzie was a little slow on the build, so that just cost her a spot in the 100, where we're talking about identical times.
So fast. It's just amazing.
Okay, this is what everybody's been waiting for. This is the fastest woman ever.
So my understanding is that she is able to step into the corner really well, and she has a really good hip lean, which helps her carry the speed more efficiently than others.
Better than anyone I've ever seen do it, other than Jeremy Anderson.
Which is
and that is, Jeremy is our icon. Like, so when you look at our poster, that's Jeremy Anderson. All right, here we go with Jessica Brooks crossing the line. She is going fast into the corner. A little slip in that corner, but not seem like it's going to matter too much. As she goes through, 8.58. Holy smokes.
She slipped twice. She's from North Carolina, from High Point.
Oh my gosh. Okay, listen.
Okay.
Her record is at 8.583.
That she set in 2023.
8.569. We have a new record. She did it again.
Holy moly.
She did it again. The fastest woman in 100 meter on speed skates just went faster than she's ever gone.
Wow.
You guys, she is just toppling records. This is insane. That's what we showed up for. If that was Tori, if that was the only event, I would have left this happy.
Yes, yes.
Holy smokes.
Can you imagine if she didn't slip?
She had so much power down, and you could see she was going for it. That's why you saw some of those small places where she was a little vulnerable, where a little bit more over the edge of the skate and she could have gone down, but she went for it. All right, we're straight on to the men. Donovan Sellers first up. Now,
Donovan's from Orlando.
anything under an 8.5 for the men is going to put you in a serious contender position. Now, Donovan's raced this race so many damn times. Like, when you talk about a veteran, Donovan Sellers has 31 NSC podiums and a personal best of 8.31. He is not a stranger to this event. He knows how to run this race.
I still wouldn't want to go after Jessica Brooks.
No, because the only thing you're thinking of is I better beat Jessica Brooks if I'm one of the guys, and being the first one up is a little bit scary. Donovan is on the clock, a little bit late acceleration, but he's a guy who can do that because he can get up to speed so quick. Funky step there on that last straightaway through the line. 8.6.
He's hoping for the the official time.
One of the best ever may not have ran a faster time than Jessica Brooks.
She's just so fast.
8.589. He pretty much 8.5. He almost matched her, but she beat him, right?
Yeah, she got him.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's how we know how fast she is.
She was a 6'9".
Oh my
His
God.
number.
Yeah. he did that on purpose.
Yes. It's very funny.
Oh my gosh. They ran the champ from last year second, which is interesting because normally he's going to run one of the last positions for the hundreds. So we could see a very early time that might not go down because of the order of the hundreds. A lot of times you see these build where the time gets faster and faster and faster, but interesting here that they got Cameron. Now, they may have done that because he didn't qualify for this event, so they threw him in not thinking that he can put the time down that we expect him. Also, another late acceleration here. He's on the clock. Now, Cameron skates with an interesting style. You'll see him roll a lot more than the other athletes, but he has so much power. Oh. Did it look that way?
It looked pretty good. So his best time is an 8.323.
He last year, yeah, that's what he ran at 8.323, 8.33. Here's the official. 8.312. He beat it.
He got it.
He beat his own time. That was the winning time from last year. So he just set the bar for a second time.
So fast. So he's 24 from Concord, North Carolina.
Oh my gosh, yeah. He opened it. I don't know if we can see that. I don't know if that's going to get beat. Like 8.2 is insane. 8.3 can win 80% of events, right? Like we have to see something special tonight for that to actually get beat.
Yep.
And again, another late acceleration. He really didn't start pushing it hard till the middle, but he skates with the style where the time looks slow, and then you see the clock and you're just blown away. He rolled from the entrance almost to the exit cone before he was able to step. It's also an indication how fast he's going because he just can't get his feet going. Okay, here we go. Caden he's going early. Here we go. He's already up to speed as he crosses this line. Let's see what we got going here. He's on the clock. I don't think we're going to see this from Caden. He is going fast, but I don't see us breaking that time from Cameron James with Caden.
Oh!
I lied to you.
Oh.
I'm a liar.
He is 18 years old.
Why are these kids so fast?
He's from Wichita, Kansas. Maybe there's something in the food.
Why are these kids going so fast?
Holy smokes. So unofficially it's 8.29.
The official record's an 8.26. Let's hear it.
We have
ladies and gentlemen, he just set the new record.
8.265. Caden Haynes just broke our record in the 100-meter from 2012. These guys have been chasing that record forever. Listen, I don't want to do too much promo stuff on here, but you cannot run times like that if the wheels aren't pristine.
Exactly.
The NSC Bigfoot 2 wheels matched with an amazing floor. We are seeing record fall after record fall after record fall. Holy smokes. And that's not the last athlete.
No.
We have several athletes left that could break this time.
I don't know how.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't want to go after him either.
NSC 37, it gets better and better live from Reno, Nevada. Gabe Lyons, here's a guy who could do it. Now, Gabe has one of the fastest recorded times overall, but he's never beat the official NSC 100-meter time. He's done it many times outside of this event, but it's not the same thing like we talked about.
Because in this event, he has an 8.385.
Yeah, that 8.2 is something special.
Gabe is 22.
All right, here we go. He's looking for it, though. He's getting his build up pretty early. He's going to come across this line at 100%. and he's on the clock, and he's moving right now. He's cruising. A little slip out of that corner. A lot of power to make up for it all the way through the line, and let's see what he does. 8.36, very respectable time.
He wanted that 8.2.
All right, we're waiting for the official. I don't think he did it, but we will see here. Okay, here we go, Ashton Hale. Now, like we talked about, Caden and Ashton battling.
Those battles.
Ashton inched him out in the last one. Does Caden get his day here? Okay. Now look at Ashton, little slow build up. He's going to start going here. He's got to start putting it down now. Okay, we're starting to see it. Okay, as he crosses the line, we are live on the clock. He looks like he's moving though. Here we go. He took that extra step. He took that risk step and he's going through the line. 8.58.
Still fast.
Still, anything in the 8.5s is fast, but it is an 8.2.
You know, this just really goes to show just how top-end speed fast this whole crew is.
Yeah, it's a new breed of athletes. You're seeing the sport evolve. In earlier events, one guy could do something spectacular, but the whole field now is running times that could win you an NSC event, and they're not even stepping on the podium. Miles Mead's up next here.
Miles from Pensacola, Florida.
Miles has the ability to break this time. Like he has been fast all night.
His best time is an 8.425.
So he needs to go a pretty big chunk faster than he's ever gone to have a shot at this.
Based on this 4 years.
Okay, here he goes, just floating across the floor. Super smooth style. He's on the clock. He's going quick too. Little slip there as well, but he's taking that risk, running into it, and he's down. He was going for it though. He was going for it though. Very respectable. He was going for it. I think they're going to take a second, make sure that that the floor is good, make sure it's safe for the next athlete.
So for those who are new to speed skating, if someone falls, whatever's on their skin, something on their uniform, it can transfer to the floor.
Yeah, what makes inline speed skating a little bit unique, because a lot of viewers have seen ice speed skating because of the Olympics, but what makes inline speed skating a little bit unique is that since we're not on blades, the grip isn't absolute. We try to do things to make it as close to that wheel technology, the urethane surface that goes on the floor, but on ice skating, if you spit on the ice, it just freezes and it'll grip, right? But if anything gets on this surface and the wheels hit it, you're down immediately. So maybe it's an athlete who touched the floor too long and there was lotion on their hand. Maybe it's a boot that hit the ground and there's a surface area. So you'll see things like that where athlete looks to be in control and immediately they're down. And sometimes they just push the product too hard, right? There is a breaking point where the technology just can't handle the speed and the skill set of the driver comes into place where they got to kind of come off the edge a little bit to make sure that they don't push it a little bit too far past the ability.
Yeah, because you'll hear about people booting out where they lose all traction altogether because their boot is skimming against the floor.
Absolutely. All right, we got the crew out there making sure that it's safe for the next group. Little bit of an advantage when you get the 100 right after the fresh mop, right? Like any dust or anything that was on the floor, it's gone. And now we know that corner is going to be fast.
Shout out to the Swanson brothers for keeping
taking care of us. Here we go. Another athlete that's capable. That's what we talked about tonight, Tori. Like, it's athlete after athlete after athlete that could do it, right? Like, there isn't anybody that you're going up and going like, well, it's not possible. Like this is a guy who can come out with a blazing fast time, and he's ran an 8.326 before, so he doesn't have to go significantly faster than his best to put himself in that first position. Early build from Jacob, like we're seeing as well.
He's out of Rock Hill, South Carolina.
He's up to full speed. Here we go. He's on the clock. As he comes around, he's running through the clock within 8.45. Not quite what he's hoping for, but again, under that 8.5 metric is insane.
Now, Jacob said that he is very particular about his wheels, and he will change them in the middle of practice if they're not gripping just the way he wants.
I don't know if particular is the right word or crazy is the right word. I actually, every time I see Jacob, I'm just like, hey, what color are you wearing today? That's not typical from normal speed skaters. When you see the elite level, you want to learn your equipment. You don't want any surprises. You want to get dialed on it. Jacob has a different approach to that. If he feels like one wheel superior for 300 meters and one wheel superior for 500, he will change them in between races.
Yep.
All right, Junior Pascarella.
Junior's also out of Orlando.
Junior typically doesn't run, that's not his specialty. Junior's a guy who likes to pack style race, right? Like he's a guy, if you're in front of him, he'll come get you. But that 100 meter typically hasn't been his best event. 8.568 is his PB in this. Junior's on the clock, but he's cruising on this little slip in that corner. And he's coming around, and we are seeing 8.42. He beat his personal best. Every single athlete tonight is just so fast. Tori, it's probably not the athletes, it's probably the wheels, right?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Oh, wow.
So for those new, the wheels are all the same on the athletes to try to keep it fair.
Yeah, so in the early days of NSC, the brands weren't as competitive as they are today, and our biggest fear was that you had some janky brand with a pocketbook that would go and pay an athlete to wear the equipment, and the most important thing for us was the integrity of the show. And for many years, we didn't even have our own brand. Eventually, we thought it was important for us to control that aspect of it. We can control the quality of it, make sure that the wheels are consistent. And when, as we've gotten deeper into that, we saw the quality of racing get closer and closer and closer because it's fair.
Yes.
Every athlete is on the same product, right? And fair, being fair for sports is probably the most important thing, right?
Yep. All right, Vero Beach's Jacob Melton.
The grand champ is here.
Here he goes.
The grand champ is here. Jacob Melton cruising through. He's on the clock. He's going fast. All the way through a little slip. I don't know if he can do it. 8.47.
Still with the slip.
But still. All right, this is going to lead it up for the Grand Champion. Guys, we only have 2 races left. NSC Grand Champion for the women and NSC Grand Champion for the men. Caden Hayes, go take your victory lap. Let's see, is he going to come out? He is. He's going to come take his victory lap, slap those hands. I don't think he was expecting to do that.
No.
This kid right now is officially the fastest person to ever run 100 meters for inline speed skating.
And he's the nicest guy.
Isn't he?
He's so awesome.
Oh, the crowd is excited. The kids are excited.
And he's a rookie.
Every single person in this building and on the feed just got to witness history. Right? That's what this is about, right? We got to see something special tonight.
Yes, indeed.
But not just in the 100 though, right, Tori? We're having record after record after record fall.
Yep, it's fast.
Last year, we thought, okay, this won't happen. I mean, when we have those type of events, those 2012 events, where it's record after record after record, you go, all right, it'll be another 12 years, 13 years before you see it again.
Yeah.
Last year, we had this kind of event, record after record fell. And then again, and that shows you that these athletes are going home. They're so insanely hungry to train. Pretty cool.
It is, and it's just commendable that they can buckle down and just keep striving.
Yep. All right. This is what everybody came for. NSC Grand Champion race. Give these guys a little bit of rest. You're going to see on this when they warm up, it's not even going to be a real warm-up. It's going to be just more just relaxed, just making sure that they're getting all of the nerves out of the way, and just mentally getting prepared for this 800-meter.
Now, in this 800-meter, last year for the women, Jessica Brooks won it.
Yep.
With a 1:17.36. Caden's still rolling.
He's going over and getting some more love, doing his thing.
Now, he said he's been skating for 10 years, and his favorite NSC skater is Tanner Worley.
Look who he's talking to.
Yep.
He's talking to Tanner Worley. We're jumping straight into it, huh? Okay, lane 1, Jasmine Foster.
Now, who do you think's going to win?
I just can't bet against Jessica. When you go faster than Donovan Sellers, and you just did it right before you have to race the most important event, your confidence is insanely high going into this. She hasn't lost a race since who knows when. You just can't bet against that, right? Like,
okay, who's second?
What's that?
Who is second?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That's where the rest of the field really comes into play. Mackenzie's been really looking good, but you saw what Michaela did, and we haven't got to see Jasmine get challenged really yet, right?
No.
Gabby Pasquarella, though, 800 meters. She sprints, but Gabby has distance, right? Some of these athletes are unique.
Yep.
They're unique in the sense that they have those fast twitch muscles, but they have the distance too. Gabby's one of those athletes that she can finish at 800. Jazzy, you're going to see her a little bit more kind of slow down towards the later laps, where some of these athletes won't. So the style of racing for them, if I'm Jazzy, I'm getting up to the front. I'm not going to pound early. I'm going to hope that the race is slow enough that with 3 to go, I got a great shot at it.
She has been working on her endurance, though, this year.
Yeah.
She said she's been all over it.
Well, she's an amazing athlete. Salma in her first Grand Champion appearance, and she's been skating incredible tonight, hasn't she?
Yes, she has.
Yeah.
Salma.
You guys, the reason why the athletes care so much about this is that the prize money is significantly higher for this one race. Winner takes $1,000 for a race that's a little bit longer than a minute of work. I need their job.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Okay, here we go. This is what we've been waiting for. Co-main event of the evening. Jasmine Foster in lane 1, Jessica Brooks, Gabby Pasquarella, Michaela Lyons, Salma, and Mackenzie Robin rounding out the field. Here we go, clean start. And right off the bat, like we talked about, Jazzy wins that start, wants to kind of control the race a little bit, but guess where Jessica Brooks is in?
Right in second.
In the position, right? Now, are we going to see them challenge early enough? Jessica just shuts the door. Fantastic move on her part. Michaela needs to move up now or she's going to have a long race. Gabby's in the danger zone. She's in the hot seat. You don't want to be in the belly. We talked about that as well. Mackenzie going right back up, but she's going to get a little tired if she has to jockey that much. As they come around, we're halfway through the race. 400 meters to go. Mackenzie Robinson leading the way. Jessica Brooks in second. Jasmine Foster in third. Michaela in fourth. Okay, Michaela moving up to third. We got a race. It's all the endurance girls. 1, 2, 3 sprinters in 5th, 6th, and 7th. Or 4th, 5th, and 6th, excuse me. Jasmine moving up into third. She wants it.
She said, never mind.
Mackenzie Robinson and Jasmine's going to do it, but Jessica Brooks with the, oh my God, she threaded the needle there. I wish you guys could see that from our angle. And Jessica Brooks is not going to come back. Here we go, Jessica Brooks, Jasmine Foster in second, and Michaela chasing it all the way to the line. Jessica Brooks, just another day at work. You know, the first time she won, I saw that emotion. Now that she's just expecting to win. She's going out there and doing her job. 117.83.
So that's unofficial, and last year she set the record with a 117.6.
Wow.
So
unofficially, probably didn't get it just for that little margin, but very respectable time. That pass that she threw, the pass wasn't there, and she saw that move coming up, and that was her time. If she didn't make that pass, the race was going to be a little bit harder, and she threaded that needle in between the two athletes. I can't even explain how hard that pass is to do. That is like a 0.01% type of person in skating that can throw that type of pass.
And of course you can.
And of course, Jessica Brooks can throw that pass. Insane.
I mean, to have all of them jogging and going back and forth, it makes a great race.
All right. The last event of the evening. This is what the audience is here for. Now, the men's division, it's not simple like that. We said who was racing for second in the last one. We kind of knew that. Jacob Melton holds that black suit, but in the men's division, it's hard to go back-to-back, and you don't see it happen often, and you got a group out there that has the experience and the confidence to take it from him, and you have former grand champions in the same race.
Yep.
You also are coming off of an athlete, Caden Hayes, who just went the fastest anyone's ever gone. So in his head right now, he's got to be feeling like,
I can do it.
If I go up front, how could they beat me?
Right.
They can't. None of them went faster than me.
Right.
If I get out and I go, how can they pass me? They can't go my speed.
That's a nice mentality.
Does he have that, though? That's what we're going to find out.
Last year, Jacob Melton won with a 113.
A 113 is actually relatively slow for the men's side. Michael Cheeks' record is so insanely fast that I don't think that you're going to see that record get broken. Even with this group just laying time after time, the legend Michael Cheek, that record, when I saw that happen, it was like you just go and bow and you go, you're the king.
That was in 2012. It was a 109, and that's an average of 8.625 per lap.
And you said that last year the winning time was 3 seconds off of that with this group of athletes. So that shows you the level that Michael Cheeks was at. That race was so interesting because right from the get, the pace was immediate. It looked like a sprint race. Michael Cheeks was in the back, pick. Few laps to go, he's in the front, and he just kept going faster and faster. Now we have a deeper lineup than we typically do because Caden Hayes made that 100-meter. He got the bye into the Grand Champion race. And so lane 1, Miles Mead, lane 2, Jacob Melton, Caden Haynes, Junior Pascarella, and rounding out the field, Donovan Sellers. Now, I thought Gabe Lyons was in this race, but that second place must not have been good enough points-wise for him to make it. Okay, here we go. Oh,
I was going to say that you'd think there'd be less jumps for this race specifically.
Yeah. So that makes sense. The way that our tiebreakers work is if you're a sprinter, your shortest distance is the tiebreaker, and if your distance, your longest is the tiebreaker. I was assuming with Gabe getting second in that race that it was going to carry over, but that was in the 1,000, not the 1,600 meters, so he didn't have what he needed for. And a lot of these guys on the line are probably relieved that a previous grand champion isn't in the race here.
Looks a little odd without the yellow.
You know, I feel like it's very probable that this is Mile Mead's race. Like, he likes this high-tempo type race. Junior Pasquarella right off the bat trying to go up to the front. These guys skate together all the time. We talked about that mentorship between Jacob Melton and Junior Pasquarella. Now, whether they're going to team skate or not, you have to split those two up. They skate too often together. The other athletes need to be thinking about that immediately. And you're seeing Miles Mead go up now. Jacob Melton, he's going to try to control this from the front. Junior back up. Now, you're going to see Junior throw a little bit more passing in this race, making sure that those two are skating together. Ashton Hale right down the middle. As they come around, we only have 300 meters remaining. And here comes Miles Mead. Junior Pasquarella holding position for him. Junior wants that suit too. 200 meters going. Jacob Melton is looking strong. He might go back to back. It's going to happen here. 100 meters remaining. Junior in second place. Caden's going to go for the chase. And Jacob Melton, he is now starting to stamp. A little risky on the bow. Jacob Melton, what an incredible race. Look at him, he's feeling like the king.
Yes, he is. So Jacob Melton, maybe Caden Haynes. And then
Number two. Now, I got to tell you guys a story I'm a little bit embarrassed about. I got you, bro. Jacob Melton's talking smack to me. You know why? I made the biggest mistake ever, and I somehow missed his black suit. I don't do mistakes like that. I haven't had to order a black suit in so long because the athletes that had the black suits kept trading wins, and it's been years. I went up to him, I apologized. I said, hey, you get it a second time, I'm going to make you something special.
Oh.
So he was pointing at me talking smack because I owe him a special suit now. All right, let's get to these interviews for Jessica. What an incredible event we had here. All right.
Hey, no, it's all good. No. Yep. All right, Jessica Brooks, how you doing?
Great.
Let's get you up a little more. All right. So tell me about your Flying 100 and the new record you just set. Hang on, I can't hear you. Try again.
I slipped twice, so I had a hard time in that one.
Go back up. Sorry, I know it feels like it's right in your face, but we can hear you. All right, so you slipped twice.
Yes.
And off you went. And now, how does it feel to set another record?
It feels great. I mean, who would have thought that could ever get broken? But I guess I'm happy that it was me that broke my own record. So. And
you ran an 8.6 last year, and you said that you liked the floor better last year.
Yeah.
Well, look at that go. And then let's talk about the GC race. So, how'd you feel? There's a lot more jockeying in this one.
I felt great, honestly, way better than the first two races.
You just needed to get warmed up.
Yeah, I do better with fighting, actually. So the more fighting there is, the more I can prosper. So it's actually helps me when there's more fighting.
Now, so you're going to have the black suit next year again.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
It's great, I guess. I love this suit, so
it looks good on you.
Thank you.
What are you gonna do the rest of the week? Are you skating the rest of the week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping to win the championship again, but we will see. You never know.
I mean, now that you have the black suit, that's just pretty much it for.
Yeah. I'm glad that this is it all went well, and that's all I could ask for. So I'm very happy.
Congratulations, Jessica.
Thank you so much.
Pretty awesome.
Thank you.
All right, now we have Valley Holmes.
All right, I got Jasmine, who got second in that Grand Champions race. It was a phenomenal race to watch, and I really enjoyed it. What was going through your head in that race?
I got a little too far back than I wanted to back and forth, so I knew I had to get back up right away. And I think as soon as I passed up, Jessica felt me and knew I was going to pass up again. So she just, right moment, right time, pushed us all forward and just gone.
And you're happy with the way that you finished in that race?
Yeah, I was very tired going in that race. I was like, it's past my bedtime. It's like midnight back home.
I feel it too. It's that East Coast. It's that East Coast time frame. Well, great job, and thank you for talking to me. And I'm going to pull Caden as well. So,
thank you.
Thank you. Caden. Caden, awesome night tonight. Got a new record. got 2 second places. How do you feel?
I feel good. It was fun racing.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Awesome. It was awesome to watch you. Thanks for coming to the side for a second and talking to me. Have a good night.
I can't. Oh, there we go. What a special night we've had with NSC, and as we wait to interview the men's grand champion. For all the viewers at home, thank you so much. We can't do this without you guys. Yeah, from the bottom of our heart, it means the world that you guys tuned in.
And I would say a big shout out to all the staff that put everything together, and of course to you, Miguel, for having this event and for making this a reality.
It's a blur. At some point, I would love to step aside a little bit like Dana White and just go sit in the audience and enjoy the thing that I built because I love it, right? And when you're working in it, it's like this thing's happening, and you're everywhere. And then I get to go back later and watch the live feed and then kind of sit and enjoy it. But at some point, I would love to go, I'm not working tonight. I'm going to go hang out. I'm going to go in the crowd, and I'm just going to be a fan because that's really what I built this for, is that perspective with all of it. So as we wait on Jacob, he's over here big time, and they're getting pictures and autographs of him. He's loving it, right? Now, here's the funny thing. The more you win, the slower things tend to happen. You're like, they'll wait for me.
Yeah.
They'll wait
They'll
for
be
me.
fine.
So
no problem.
What was the key event for you for the night?
Oh, man. All of it was great. I think watching Caden Haynes as a rookie take that flying 100 was pretty incredible, and then I still liked that 1600. How about you?
How'd that happen? Jessica Brooks goes out and sets the tempo.
And Jessica Brooks, there was too much.
Sets the tempo. Then Caden goes, I'm not going to let you get all the shine. Comes out there and just blazes the time. Then Jacob right after him is like, nah, show's about me.
Yep.
Show's about me. I'm going to go out and do it back to back, which is insanely hard to do.
Well, yeah, we have so many athletes in the history that have so many podiums and just not as many of those suits.
Yeah, just not very many. Let's see here.
He's making his way up.
He's making his way. When you win, everybody's got the best words for you, and when you lose, you kind of moonwalk out of there, right? And that's what we live
Irish
for.
goodbye.
Yeah, it is. You live for those moments as an athlete, right? That love really comes at you.
Yep.
And that's what these guys are chasing, right? That feeling, that whole adrenaline boost when you put it down. He's gonna walk in different tomorrow,
yes,
right?
He
like
is. He for sure is.
So the U.S. National Championships start tomorrow for hundreds of athletes, all at some point hoping that they get a shot at this style of event. And a lot of the pro athletes will come in and to the venue, and you're going to see Jacob stroll in tomorrow. It's just kind of with the big step. And
here, Jacob, take
all
mine.
right. I'll sign out here with Jacob. And so, dude, I told the viewers at home my epic mistake, and I told them, I said, after I made that mistake, I told you if you go back to back, I'm gonna do something special. So we're gonna have to modify that suit in some way, let you put your own stamp on it, because that back-to-back grand champion win is insanely hard to do. Walk us through that race, that mentality that going into it. Tell us all about it.
Man, so off the start, I knew it's important. It's mandatory to win a start in a grand champion race because you're leading, you're comfortable leading, and for me, that's a sweet spot. I mean, I feel like that's mandatory.
Yeah.
And so, me leading, me being comfortable, I have legs.
Yeah.
I have just enough to make it by, and when I'm calm, it's a simple race. And so when I saw Ashton pass me, I kind of like, oh crap, let me just go back up, let me just relax, and I saw 4 to go. Same thing as last year, Miguel.
You were just controlling so well. Now, I was saying on the live feed, I said, hey, Junior and Jacob skate a lot together. It's very dangerous for the other athletes to let him sit in second. I saw Junior kind of setting it up, going like, this is my boy, but I'm going to go steal that from him if he lets me.
Me and Junior have this ongoing battle. It's every year. We're not teammates when we're in NSC. I'm 15, I'm red and purple. He's 31, he's blue and red.
Yeah.
It's no teammates. He's my coach. He's family to me, but we're racing. We're racing for money. We're racing for the black suit. So it's just like that.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing every time, man. It's 3-lapper. No, whoever wants to start, you better pray to just keep going.
Yeah.
5-lapper, you better hold on.
You better hold on.
Grand champion race, it's who wants it more.
Yeah, you know what? Because when you get to the end of that format, who's got the dog left in them? Because you're tired. It's a hard format.
It's one of the hardest races ever.
Yeah, and it's a weird race. You're like, I can't really relax and I can't really sprint. I'm in this middle ground of just trying to sustain, and then and it's the last race of the night, can I give everything I have left to finish that out? And you have figured out how to master it.
Yeah, I'd say it's just, it's a game of strategy. I'd say, like, me getting asked the questions on, what did you work on this year? Strategy. Strategy is the most important thing for a young guy like me.
Hey, before we sign off, do you want to give your love?
Oh, man, it's love to all my family, my mother that just yelled, my stepmom that's back at home taking care of everything. And like I said, a special shout out to my family, Junior, and a very special one to Steph, man. She would have loved to seen it, and I know she's just watching and she's happy. And so I love the Pasquarella family with my heart, and I'm glad I was able to do it for not just me, but for them. And just shout out to the whole NSC crew, especially my man Miguel, always inviting me, showing me out since 2022, 2021, man. It's been there since then.
We're proud of you, man. What a pleasure. What a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro.
NSC, we are signing off. Thank you so much for viewing tonight. What an incredible event.